Everything you would ever need in your life, including your purpose on earth, is wrapped up in the Odù Ifá that birthed you. Know it, study it to have a successful life.
Today I'll be talking about two things. Okay, first of all, I will briefly talk about to correct a misconception that we have going on about Ifa. There is a misconception that is gradually becoming widely spread, and we need to stop it before it becomes a thing. And then I would also be teaching about how to appropriate Ifa for every new day. Every new day. What we teach here is how to apply everything we learn in Ifa, Isheshe, and African spirituality to our everyday lives, right? So, how do we apply Ifa? How do we apply the knowledge of the Orishas? How do we apply African spirituality to our everyday life? Thank you for joining us today. If you are catching this live streaming for the first time, this is Ifa College, and I am your host, Ìyánífá Ẹwà, popularly known as Ìyánífá Ẹwà. And for every Sunday, we are always on this live streaming, teaching awesome things about Ifa and Isheshe. Every day, every week, there is something to learn. And then we'll be talking about how to apply Ifa for our everyday life. Every day. How do we start off our day? Now, every new day comes with new life, new journey, new blessing, is the break of a new dawn, right? New opportunities. But how do we bring that? How do we bring Ifa into it? How does Ifa become a real thing in our everyday journey? First of all, we are going to correct a misconception. And that misconception borders around the fact that people have started creating sects, segregation, and denomination in Ifa. It doesn't exist. I've started seeing a lot of that, and we have to put a stop to it before it becomes something that will get out of hand. No, we don't have such. And for people that are trying to publicize themselves, market themselves, to gain followers and gain clients, and then they want to start creating sect and segregations and denomination within Ifa, we have to put a stop to it, because in Kotoba Church, that's one of the major problems of Christianity as a religion. That segregation, it happens in almost all religions. The denomination segregation, this one is coming against this one, that one is coming against that one, despite the fact that they all use the same book, believe in the same God, hold on to the same anchor, yet there are segregations. We don't have that in Ifa, and we are going to stop it. Now, I'm going to point our attention to certain things that I've noticed, so that the moment you notice certain things, you know what they are trying to do, and you move away from it. Because as much as we are trying to learn the truth, we need to understand one thing. People go after things that are trending. And now we would say, without an iota of doubt, that going back to your roots, going back to your ancestors is trending. And because of that, you will have so many information, because everybody just wants to, let's set up a flash goal, because everybody just wants to be a part of the movement, be a part of what is happening, right? Everybody wants to be a part of the movement and be a part of what is happening. So people will be chunking out all sorts of content. You have to know the truth before you can recognize the lie. You have to know the original before you can recognize the fake. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣèbà ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ live streaming yìí. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá. Àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Àṣèbà Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé tó jẹ́ ká rí ọjọ́ òní. Àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá a ní, gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rúnmọlẹ̀, gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé ró. Ajagunmalè olúwo òdì ọ̀run, àṣèbà. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́ olóòyè ayọ̀. Ládékojú ẹbọra tí ń gbénú omi, mo ṣe bá yèyé o, mo ṣoore yèyé, mo ṣe bá Ifá, mo ṣe bá Ikin, mo ṣe bá Jagunmalè olúwo òdì ọ̀run, olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin, àṣèbà. Àwọn tó tẹ̀lú yìí dókàwá tó dé, àṣèbà, àṣèbà àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀. Kábíyèsí Ṣàngó ẹbọra tí ń yọná lẹ́nu, àṣèbà. Ògúnlákà ayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, àṣèbà. Mo ṣe bá onílé, mo ṣe bá àlejò, nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi, mo ṣe bá orí kọ̀ọ̀kan, mo ní kí bà mí ṣẹ o, ìbá ṣẹ. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ètò tòní tá a tún fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, Ifá fi ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀ àti òye á fi kọ́ wa. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, àwọn aláṣekù, wọn á bá wa ṣe o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní kí Ifá ó bá wa ṣe é, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe é. Àwọn tó ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn, àní kó bá wa ṣe o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. That was me paying homage to all the powers that be, to Olódùmarè, to our Orishas, to our ancestors, to everybody that has made it possible today, to your Ori, home and abroad, anywhere you are. Àní kí bá a ṣe. Mo ṣe ẹ̀làbọ̀rú, ẹ̀làbọ̀yè, ẹ̀làbọ̀ ṣíṣe fún gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Ìyánífá, gbogbo bàbá lórìṣà, gbogbo ìyá lórìṣà, lórí igi mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ wà, mo ṣe ẹ̀làbọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀làbọ̀yè, mo ṣe ogbó atọ́ yín o, Ifá gbè wá, Elédùmarè á gbè wá, àwọn tó ṣáwó kù sẹ́yìn náà wọn ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sínú ètò tòní. Let somebody check the Wi-Fi for me. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sínú ètò tòní. Ibi tá a ti máa mú ètò tòní tá a ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ó ní àwọn nǹkan kan tá a ti ń gbọ́ fìrífìrí ẹ̀ nínú Ifá tí ò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ pe àkíyèsí yín sí àwọn nǹkan kan ká lè bá a mọ̀ pé bá a ṣe ń wá òótọ́ àwọn tó máa gbérọ́ wá máa pọ̀ o. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ẹni tí ò bá rarọ́ kò ní rò òótọ́. Ẹ ti rarọ́ kan tẹ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ tó débí. A gbọ́dọ̀ tún wá wọnú Ifá ká tún wá ra irọ́ níbí. What I said in Yoruba is that we have bought a lie where we are coming from. And then we are coming to seek the truth. And inside of this truth, we should also be careful so that we don't get deceived. Now, people have been sharing with me the video of a particular man on TikTok. I will not mention his name. I will not post his video because we are not supposed to do that, okay? I just want to correct something that is going on. A lot of misconception and controversy have been coming on in that person's video. That's why people have been sending it to me, asking me, is this true? Is this how it's supposed to be? The first video I received from someone about that person was about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, when the man was saying that people should be careful on how they choose their oluwo that will lead them into Igbodu. And he mentioned something. He said, all those your oluwos that are making videos and taking 20, 30, 40, 15 people into Igbodu, it's not supposed to be like that. They can mess up your destiny if they do that. 2 people must not enter into Igbodu at the same time. It must just be 1 person. Because what? Odù méjì ò gbọdọ̀ fojú kanra wọn. Now, as much as you are trying to pass information across, let's also make sure that we are not confusing people and contradicting ourselves. So the person was trying to sell himself. I'm a marketer. I know what marketing is. Every form of it, okay? I have an MBA in it. Now, the person kept on stressing in his video, be careful who you choose as your oluwo, because somebody like me, the reason I am slow with my work is because I do not take in 1 person at a time, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that. But there is no part of Ifa that says you cannot do it Ifa for more than 1 person at the same time. Bringing that out as a point to make it look as if that makes you better than every other person, we don't do that here. Please, let's resist the urge, because Ijo wo la bere. People just started moving into Ifa. And then we want to start to say, I'm better than this one. It is me. This person is wrong. That person is wrong. No, we shouldn't do that. People are sitting down. Christians and Muslims are sitting down and watching. Let's see how long they will get tired of this rave. It's just a rave. By the time we start to create all this ambarawaja, we are creating videos to talk down on another person here, talk down on another person here, because you just want to bring yourself out as the best. As a babalawo, as an oluwo, as an Iyanifa, babalóríṣà, Ìyánífá, àwọn tí orí ti kọ mọ́ ẹ pé o máa bá ṣiṣẹ́ tí Elédùmarè máa ti ara ẹ gbàdúrà wọn, tó máa gbọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ wọn, tó máa ṣèyanu nínú ayé wọn, orí ti kọ. It doesn't matter what you do. People that are destined to work with each babalawo and each Iyanifa, wọ́n ti wà ńbẹ̀. Please keep tapping on your screen. We don't have to pull other people down just so as to say, oh, people should come to me. Because I went back to watch that person's video. All their videos, all the person's video, his videos always comes with, you have to be careful who you choose as your oluwo. The people you are choosing as your oluwo. Now, it is not even centered around teaching about Ifa anymore. It is centered around people. When people come to me to ask me, how do we recognize a fake babalawo? I tell them the same way you recognize a fake tailor, a fake doctor, a fake lawyer. There is nothing peculiar about some babalawos being fake, right? But that is not supposed to be the center of the conversation. Now, the other video that was sent to me a couple of days ago that really got me to talk about this is, in that same person's video, he's talking about how people do Itefa and things go wrong for them. And then he mentioned a couple of things, and we'll break it down one by one. He started by saying, Itefa is not for everybody. Ifa is not for everybody. Then he went further to say, if your babalawo is not stupid, if your babalawo is a matured person, your oluwo, if he's not stupid, is supposed to, how will a babalawo, oluwo, set ring light and camera and record with such words Referring to other babalawos as stupid because what? Because they did itefa for somebody. It's not right. Please don't let's do this. It is too early in this thing we are building back for us to be acting like this. You can make your statement, you can make your point without using such derogatory words. People are looking at us. So many people want to come back to Ifa and they are looking at, I heard a lot of things about Ifa, but it looks like this new set of people. They understand what Ifa is. Let me listen to them to know what Ifa is about. Then you make a video referring to other babalawos that are different from you as stupid, as immatured. No, it's not. That alone will make me shut down that video. If I was somebody that is contemplating whether or not to do it, it will make me shut it down. Now let's get to the main part. So that video was centered around people doing itefa and things suddenly go upside down for them. And he, in his own response, he said it's because Ifa is not for everybody. Itefa is not for everybody. Excuse me, what does that even mean? Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge. Ifa is the voice of Olodumare. Ifa is the witness of your destiny. So how do you say, let's say it in English and Yoruba, Ifa ni afini monomo araye. Ifa is the GPS of life. Ifa is the one that guides you through life. Ifa ni eleri ikmi. Ifa is the witness of your destiny. Ifa ni ohun ẹnu Olodumare. Ifa is the voice of Olodumare. Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge. Now, in all of those definitions, how can somebody say that Ifa is not for everybody? So there are some people who are choosing not to hear the voice of Olodumare. If we say Ifa is the voice of Olodumare. So there are some people that are not meant to know their destiny because Ifa is the witness of your destiny. If you say Itefa is not for everybody, so excuse me, those people that Itefa is not for them, how do they know the Odù Ifá that birthed them? How do they know their path and their destiny? Let's break this thing down and sound like intelligent and knowledgeable people. We are speaking to Olodumare. Olodumare is responding to us through Ifa, and you say Ifa is not for everybody. People are going about in life trying to find out their purpose, trying to find out the reason that they are here, their destiny, their taboos, their do's and don'ts, things that they are supposed to do, things that does not align with them. And the only way they can get to know it is inside the Godu during Itefa. Yet somebody claims to be a Babalawo, and the person is saying that Itefa is not for everybody. The fact that some people have done Itefa and things have not turned out the way they expect it to be, explain to them why it has not turned out. Let them find reasons why it has not turned out. Because Ifa is supposed to be knowledge. It is not juju. It's not magic. It is not a money-making scheme. It is not the moment you do Ifa, your life will just turn around. You go from poverty to riches. You go from being dull to being super intelligent. No. Itefa is it just gives you the knowledge of your life. It tells you this is what your life is about. It's like somebody sits you down to show you CCTV camera of something that happened in a reality TV show. And he says, oh, this is the whole movie from beginning to the end. What is that supposed to do to you? Nothing. The application of that knowledge is what is going to change your life. Ifa is like an encyclopedia. If somebody gives you a dictionary today, Oxford Dictionary, the biggest size, 2025 edition, and they hand it over to you, is your English going to change just because they gave you a dictionary? No. Your English will start to change when you open the dictionary and you start to read it, learn it, and practice the English that is there. That is the only time people can say, that woman indeed has a dictionary and she's using it. So when people are saying that their life did not turn around during Itefa, and you are saying that is because Itefa is not for everybody, it just makes me wonder what depth of knowledge that person has about Ifa. And it saddens my heart for the people that are following such people. Because if as little as the definition of Ifa, you cannot break it down and appropriate it, how do we do it? This interactive session, this is not a podcast, though. It's not a podcast. We have come here to learn. This is a college, okay? I teach. If you have questions, you ask questions. Just like when you have a school, You don't say, oh, we have an interactive session in school. Then you bring, you decide to bring your mommy to come into the class and teach somebody, or you decide to bring your uncle. Just like your teacher in school or the professor or the vice chancellor of your school is not going to allow you just bring any random person to come and sit in class. If I'm going to have anybody invited on IFA college teaching, then that person must be either one member of our team or somebody that I will bring, because I am being careful of the information that is given out here. If I invite on and then you start to say things that does not align with the truth of what this is, it becomes a podcast. This is not a podcast. So here how we do it is, as I teach, if you have questions, just type it in the comment section. I will pick your questions and then I will respond. But if you're looking for an interactive show that you'll be invited to speak on the show, it is not this particular Sunday morning live streaming. Maybe sometimes in the future, we can have a podcast where people will just be discussing back and forth. But here, it's a college. And Lasha Edumare, in a short while, we're going to become the first NUC approved and accredited online University of Ifa and Yoruba Studies. This is what we are building. So I hope you understand. So please, don't let anybody, how do we put it? Don't let anybody feed you with the idea of Ifa is not for everybody. Ifa contains universal knowledge. Ifa contains physics, chemistry, math, science, IT, sports, finances, relationships, your career. Ifa touches on everything about your life. So how would you now say it is not for everybody? I think that one of the problems that has, or one of the issues that has caused this is because we are trying to translate Yoruba words into English. When we say Itefa, and then somebody decides to translate that into Ifa initiation, for people that are coming from religion setting, it sounds like a whole different thing. It gives a whole different meaning to it. Let us not do it. Itefa is Itefa, is easy to pronounce. Then when somebody asks, oh, what is Itefa? Then you explain the process to them. It is not an initiation into something. When you say initiation to a layman, it already gives them a certain idea. I've had a lot of people come to me to say, I love Ifa, I love the way you teach, I love how I can apply Ifa in reality, but I don't want to be initiated into anything. And then I break it down to them. It's not initiation the way you think it is. So maybe if we use less of those English translation, we will not lose the idea. We will not lose the meaning of our practices. Ifa is not evil. It's not ritual. It's not a cult that you get initiated into. Ifa is a way of life. Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge. And the people that practice it are called Onisheshe. Isheshe is the way of life of the people from whom you take their source. The way of life of your ancestors. The way of life of where you come from. Isheshe of the Yoruba people is the way of life of the Yoruba people. Isheshe of the Hausa people is the way of life of the Hausa people. It is not a spiritual word. It just means way of life, of where I take my source from. Simple. But when we start to give it certain meanings, then people now have to give meaning to it in English again, boycotting everything that Yoruba has said. So please, when you hear people making videos on TikTok, and those videos include trying to pull down other practitioners of Ifa just to make themselves feel like, oh, I'm the one that knows it. No, that's a red flag. When you hear anybody saying Ifa is not for everybody, Itefa is not for everybody, you should, he said something in his video, you should know whether your Ori aligns with Ifa or not. How does that make sense? Ifa is the one that witnessed when everybody picked their Ori. So how is somebody's Ori not going to align with Ifa? It's like you're working in an office and there's a CCTV camera capturing everything you are doing in the office. And then they're saying, oh, let's play the CCTV camera. Then somebody says, it's not everybody that will appear in this CCTV camera. It's only people that the color of their skin aligns with the CCTV camera. What does that even mean? CCTV camera will capture everything. Ifa was one that witnessed when we picked our Ori. So how is that even possible that there's somebody whose Ori does not align with Ifa? There is no such thing. Everybody finds their place in Ifa. Everything finds their place in Ifa. There is Odù Ifá for literally everything. Water, moon, sun, river, salt, food, people, animals, insects, living, non-living things, physical being, spiritual being, philosophy of life. Everything is there. And it is the voice of Olodumare. Except if you are telling me that there are certain people that Olodumare does not align with them. If Olodumare, the creator of everything that there is, aligns with you, and you align with Olodumare, then Ifa is for you. Which is why Ifa welcomes everybody. And when everybody comes, Ifa will welcome them. They will find their place in Ifa. Ifa will not ask you who you are, where you are coming from. Ifa will not tell you to deny. When we are doing the Itefa that they call initiation, those of you that have done Itefa, was there any question that your Babalawo asked? Your gender, your religion, your school, your state of origin? Did they ask you anything like that? Did Ifa tell you anything that sounded like, oh, the moment you have come here now, don't go to church again, don't go to mosque again, don't visit a tarot reader again, astrology is banned, it's only Ifa you face now. It's not there. Please don't let's bring it there. So please, that's the misconception I said I was going to correct before I start to teach on what we have come here to do today. Ifa for your everyday life. Ifa for every day. Ojúmọ́ ṣe ń mọ́. We need Ifa for every day, every step of your way. Afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé nífá. Afinimọ̀nà. Afinimọ̀nà is the one that shows you the way. The one that shows you the way. Literally, your GPS of life. Is that okay? Your GPS of life. Now, before we continue, keep tapping on the screen. Let me take a few questions. Let me answer the questions. Let's go to the top so that because it looks like some people have been asking questions from the top. Okay, let's see. Those that complimented my hair, thank you very much. You said can okay, Ipano Odù, I think I've answered that. Please can you post the WhatsApp number so I can please can I have your number? The number will be posted now. Let's see the question. Ifa, what's the YouTube channel? Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV on YouTube. Is Ifa not ritual? Is Ifa not ritual? Let me answer that question. The person that said, is Ifa not ritual? So what is a ritual? English word of a ritual. Please, can you pull up, can I have the phone? Can you pull up what ChatGPT or whatever it is says that a ritual is? Let's break this thing down, okay? Now, the reason you are saying, is Ifa not a ritual, is because you have an idea of a ritual. Somebody has given you an idea. Religion has sold you a definition of that word that is different from what the English word is. So let's pull up what the English word is so that the next time somebody says, is Ifa a ritual? You will not say, Ìyánífá Ẹwà said Ifa is not a ritual. No, you will be able to say, Ifa is not a ritual because of this. You would understand it yourself. Have you pulled it up for me? Just pull it up so that we'll answer the question, is Ifa a ritual? Please, any other questions you have, keep it on. I would answer the question, then move into the teaching of today. Please keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing. Thank you for all that have sent in their gifts so far. Your gifts are the encouragement that we have, and so no, I need the definition of ritual. The definition of ritual. Ibi tẹ́ ti mú owó náà jáde, Ifá máa bù padà sí yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ajé á máa fi kún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Somebody said, so Babalawo is distinct from Oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Okay, so Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, if you are a Yoruba person, Gbàdàmọ́sí Ọláyẹmí, that name sounds Yoruba. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe is combination of two words, Ìṣẹ̀ àti Ìṣe. Ìṣe is the way you do things. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe nǹkan. Báwo lẹ ṣe ń ṣe? How do you do it? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yìí, go and do this thing. Ìṣẹ̀ is ibi téèyàn ti ṣẹ̀ wá, where you take your root from. Níbo lọmọ yẹn ti ṣẹ̀ wá? Where does it take its root from? So you have where you take your root from and Ìṣe, which is how you do it. So it means how you do things where you take your root from. That is it. So those of us that are practicing Ifa, we are doing things the way they do it where we take our roots from. Simple. And Oníṣẹ̀ṣe are people that do things the way it is done, where they take their roots from, where their ancestors are from. So they do things the way their ancestors do it. In their spirituality, in their way of life, in their clothing, in the way they do their marriage, in their food, in their health, in the form of medicine that they use. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe is not just about Ifa. Ifa is not the only thing. Is that okay? So when you ask a question like, so Babalawo is distinct from Oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Oníṣẹ̀ṣe is anybody that practices the way of life according to how his ancestors, where he take his source is. So once you know the definition of that, put that aside. Babalawo, Babalawo. Now, modern Yoruba has joined three things together. Baba, Oni, Awo. Those are the three words that they join together to form Babalawo. Baba, Oni, Awo. What is Awo? Awo is secrecy. It's like when you have a profession in which an oath of secrecy is sworn, like in medical science. You have an oath of secrecy not to disclose the medical history of your client with somebody else. Law profession have it. Certain other professions have it. Spirituality has it. So àwọn tí wọ́n ní awo, people that have an oath of secrecy binding them in their practice. So Babalawo is a profession, just like medical sciences, lawyer, accounting. And you know that Yoruba is a descriptive language. Yoruba will describe something so that when you hear that thing, you yourself can tell the meaning by just hearing it. You break it down. So now, does Babalawo differ from Oníṣẹ̀ṣe? A Babalawo is an Oníṣẹ̀ṣe because a Babalawo is somebody that is practicing the way of life of his ancestors. How is he practicing it? In spirituality. There are other forms of people that practice Oníṣẹ̀ṣe that are not Babalawos. But a Babalawo is an Oníṣẹ̀ṣe. So take somebody that is, take the general word as Oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Babalawos are Oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Àwọn oníṣègùn, Oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni wọ́n. People that weave tie and dye, that weave aṣọ-òkè, local aṣọ-òkè, promoting the fashion and the dressing of our ancestors. Oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni wọ́n, because they are living their life. Their practice and their profession is based on their ancestral line. So you see that Babalawo and Oníṣẹ̀ṣe is different. So when people say, Emi Oníṣẹ̀ṣe o, I'm not an Oníṣẹ̀ṣe, because somebody that is Oníṣẹ̀ṣe has been termed Antichrist. Oh, they are going to hell. Oh, they are practicing demon. You are a Yoruba person and you do your weddings according to Yoruba wedding. Your wedding, you have had, what do we call it? Traditional wedding, engagement. And you are practicing it as our forefathers laid it down. Oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni ẹ́. Torí the marriage, the way you are running, the way you decided to run your wedding ceremony is the way they did it where you took your source from, the way your ancestors did it. Oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni ẹ́. It's simple. But then there is the spirituality part. But people have narrowed down that word to only mean spirituality. It's more than that. Now, the person that said is Ifa ritual. Definition of ritual. A ritual is a ceremonial act or series of acts that is performed in a set, prescribed, and symbolic way, often done in spiritual, religious, and cultural purposes. Is a series of acts that is performed. Now, if I wake up in the morning and I decide that every morning I want to wake up in the morning, use face soap, face toner, face cleanser, what other things do they use? All those step things for face. Once I start to do it every day in that prescribed manner, it has become my skincare ritual. Something that I do in a prescribed manner, you do it repeatedly. It has become a skincare ritual. You wake up in the morning, first thing you do, you go to the bathroom, you say your prayers, you go out and jog, you drink water, you take your bath, and you dress up. Once you begin to repeat this set of activities in that order every day, it becomes your daily ritual. Is that okay? So there is nothing in the word ritual that is demonic. Ritual is not sacrifice of animals. What makes the sacrifice of animal a ritual activity is when we do it continuously. Prayer for some people is a ritual. They pray 5 times a day at an exact time. That is a prayer ritual. So just unlearn all these things that religion has fed your head with. Do we have ritual practices in Ifa? Yes. We have set of things, of activities that we do repeatedly in a particular order, prescribed order, definite order. And every other part of life has it. So to say Ifa is not ritual, no, Ifa contains rituals, just like your skincare contains ritual. Just like cooking jollof rice has a ritual. You put this on before you put this on, before you put this on. You follow that same thing every time you cook jollof rice. That's your ritual in jollof rice. So scratch that idea that says that something ritual is evil. Now let's go on. I'm picking questions, and while we are doing that, please tap on your screen. So we have answered the question ritual. Okay, the person even asked the question last week. Imagine all those people. Oh my goodness. I know when your dad was posted to Anglican Church in Koga Badagry. That's not my dad, though. My dad was never a pastor. My family has never even done anything in Badagry. And I did not say my dad. So that story is not me. Business is ruthless competition. Yes. Oh, so somebody else knows the person. Somebody else said he's always condemning others. It was just, imagine. I'm glad that other people are able to see that. If is Ifa part of Isheshe, and also I have also had an Yalorisha say that not everybody should do Itefa. From what I explained now, I'm sure you understand what Itefa is, and then you can answer the question of whether or not everybody should do it. So the next time somebody tells you, this is what I always tell my listeners and followers, the next time somebody tells you Itefa is not for everybody, ask the person. People that are not allowed to do Itefa, how do they know their Odù Ifá? How do they know their purpose in life? Because I understand that you can only get the Odù Ifá that births you from Igbodu, and that is Itefa. So if somebody cannot do Itefa and cannot go to Igbodu, how do they know their Odù? How do they know their life purpose? How do they know the destiny that they have picked? So those people have to provide an alternative, except they are now saying that there are some people that are supposed to come into life just strolling through life aimlessly without knowing their purpose. It's just like saying Akosejaye is not for every child. Exactly. She kept saying that my Ori is the most important thing, and that's what I need to focus on. Exactly. Sorry. Naha Na Maria. Now, when somebody says your Ori is the most important thing, focus on it. How do you know the Ori that you picked? How do you focus on it? What exactly are you focusing on? Because when somebody says focus on your Orisha, you don't know anything about the Orisha. All you hear is a name, Oshun. Okay, how do I focus on Oshun? Who is she? What does she want from me? What kind of person does she want? What does she like? What does she dislike? How do I venerate her? You ask all of these questions. So when they say focus on your Ori, what exactly does your Ori want? The only being that knows what your Ori wants is Ifa, who was there when you were picking your Ori. I have narrated this story countless number of times. When we were coming from Orun to Aye, from heaven to earth, we stopped by at the house of an Orisha called Ajala. That was where we picked our Ori, Ajala Mori Mori. Ajala is the one that creates, that molds our destiny. And we go there to pick. Now, when we pick it and come into this earth, we don't remember what we have picked. Then we are going through life asking, what exactly did I pick? People that were fortunate enough, when they did Akosejaye for them, they knew their Odù. That Odù was the one that told them the Ori that they picked. That is how their parents are able to know the name of the child, the path of the child in life, the profession to do, the taboos to avoid, the sickness that child is likely to have. Is the child going to have challenges in this place, that place? So many things about the child's life. Now, some of us were not fortunate enough to have Akosejaye done. Then we grow older and we start to look for our path in life. Who is going to tell you what that Ori is? The Ori that the Yalorisha say you should focus on. Who is going to tell you what the Ori is? Is Ifa. Because Ifa ni ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín. Ifa is the one that witnessed your Ori. Your Ori is your ìpín, your àyànmọ́, your Ori, your ẹlẹ́dàá. Ifa. So where does Ifa get to tell you what that Ori is? So just stylishly ask her, this Ori you said I should focus on. What is Ori? How do I know what it is? What does it entail? What does Ori need me to focus on? In practical terms, which is what we do here. Breaking down teachings into practical everyday life, where you will be able to appropriate it in life, not just how do I put it, some isolated idea that is just there. Ifa is not an isolated idea. Ifa is our everyday life. So if anybody is telling you something about Ifa that you cannot appropriate in life, the person either doesn't have enough information about it or you have not asked them enough questions. So I would really want to know the answers that's Yalorisha and every other person that said Ifa is not for everybody. They need to tell me another address where Ifa gives people their Odù and tells them about their life path, so to speak. They need to tell me where that exists. I think Ifa priests must come together and have a body to censor Babalawo. It's Ifa that censors Babalawo. It's not another Babalawo that will censor another Babalawo. As long as you are focusing on Ifa, Ifa will guide you aright. And then you, me, every other person, we are all learning about Ifa so that the moment we see somebody that is speaking outside of Ifa, claiming to be an Ifa priest, we can recognize them. How do you recognize fake medications in Nigeria? Because we have learned what NAFDAC is talking about. NAFDAC says scratch something on it. How do you recognize fake Coca-Cola when you see it? Because you know how the logo of Coca-Cola is written. Once it does not give that font, if they are writing it in Times New Roman, you know this is not Coca-Cola. If the color is not red and black, you know. How do you know? Because you already know what the original Coca-Cola is. So for you to be able to recognize or spot on somebody that is likely to be fake, quote and unquote, or likely to be speaking outside of what Ifa teaches, then you yourself must have learned Ifa, know it for yourself. And that's exactly what we are doing here. Can a married woman do Ifa, or is it for her husband? I just explained what Ifa is right now. So you know that it doesn't have anything to do with whether you're married or not. You picked a destiny before you came to earth. So how does, it's like somebody says that is a married woman supposed to have her own separate fingerprint, or she should be using her husband's own? That is how personal Ifa is with everybody. Because your Ori, even a set of twins, everybody picks their different Ori. And your Itefa is for you to know the Odù Ifá that breathed you, to know your Ori, to know what your own journey in life is, to know who you are. So this idea of married woman, Ifa does not treat you, Ifa does not treat you on base whether you're married or not. If you come to me today as an Ifa priestess and say, please, I want you to do a divination for me, I won't ask you whether you're married or not. It doesn't matter. You cannot come to do a divination as a couple. You are a standalone entity. If a child can do their Idafa Akosejaye separate from the mother, then what is the husband and wife? If you can separate twins, husband and wife, that you can be married today and you might not be married tomorrow. A mother cannot say, I'm your mother today and I'm not your mother next year or 50 years time. Yet, if I treat them as separate entities, let alone married. So all of those sort of things it does not matter here. Next question. Let me see. Next question. Thank you for the gifts. Please keep your gifts coming. Teach us about Ifa. I have a 4-hour video where I explain what is Ifa, who needs Ifa, why do I need Ifa, what are the advantages and disadvantages of Ifa. It's on YouTube. Please go to YouTube channel Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV. You will find that video. What is Ifa? Take your time, grab a bottle of drink and popcorn and watch it. Is Ifa evil to the society, or is it a religion just like other accepted ones? Ifa is not a religion. Ifa is not evil. Ifa is an embodiment of universal knowledge. Think about Ifa as an encyclopedia of life. There are several definitions of Ifa, which is one, Ifa is the voice of Olódùmarè. Ifa ni ohùn ẹnu Olódùmarè. So when we speak to Olódùmarè, who is the creator of heaven and earth, for lack of better words, what other religions call God, the supreme and the divine being. When you speak to Olódùmarè, Olódùmarè responds to you through Ifa. Second definition of Ifa, Ifa ni afini monomo aráyé. Ifa is the one that guides you, is our GPS through life. So think of Ifa as a GPS that guides everybody and anybody through life, irrespective of who you are. It doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, you are African, you are Asian, you are European, you are male or female, or you are somewhere on the gender spectrum. It doesn't matter whether you are straight or you are not, you are queer, whatever it is you are, young or old, newborn or elderly, married or single. Ifa is the GPS of life that directs you through life. So Ifa doesn't have anything to do with religion, but Ifa contains religion. It contains spirituality, physics, chemistry, IT, biology. Ifa contains everything. Just think of it as an encyclopedia. So except you are telling me that knowledge is evil, except you are telling me that the words or the voice that comes out of the mouth of Olódùmarè is evil, that's the only time we can accept that Ifa is evil. But as long as that is not the case, Ifa is not evil. Ogbo atoyin o, aboru aboyo. Let's swipe this puzzle and please keep tapping on your screen. Keep tapping. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if there's any other question. Too much contradiction and controversies in Yesheshi because of TikTok. I mean, there's freedom of speech right now, so anybody can just put up a ring light. Thank you for the gift and start to talk. So you are the one that needs to filter what you are listening to. You should not say, oh, somebody is the one that told me this about Ifa. you hear something from somebody, go out and check, double check on that information. That is why Ifa College is here to teach you. This is exactly what is established for knowledge. Buy books that have to do with Ifa. Most of the people that are hopping on TikTok, setting ring lights, they don't have time to sit down and write books. So go and read all those books that our Babas have written. Read books by Baba, Professor Wande Abimbola. He's 90 something year old plus Baba. Read books written by Araba, Ifayemi, Elebuibon. Read all those ancient books, not just all these wannabe people that are just hopping on. I just want to speak, I just want to create content and have engagement. When you hear from them, go back and read what our fathers have to say. Then compare and contrast. Ask 2, 3, 4 other people that you know that are well grounded and knowledgeable in Ifa and let them clear it. Don't just pick up something that somebody has said and then you start to run with it. A lot of you are used to that because you are coming from Abrahamic religion, where it is your pastor that tells you everything. My pastor said, Daddy Gio said, Daddy Gio said. In Ifa and Isheshe, you study for yourself. The responsibility of the knowledge you have is not on somebody. The responsibility of it is on you. You are accountable for the knowledge you receive and what you do with it. So you have to. Is Ifa Orisha knowledge? Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge. Thank you very much. Ajemiko, it's been a while I saw you on the live streaming. Ifa does not allow us to eat animals. Excuse me. Can you reframe that statement by saying Ifa does not allow you to eat certain animals? You see this generalization, these are the misconceptions we are having. Now, somebody sees this in comment section and says, they said people that are doing Ifa does not eat animal. It's not true. Ifa might forbid eating of certain food for you as an individual. There is no general statement that says Ifa does not allow eating animals. Kelechi said, can I get wealth from Ifa? You can get everything from Ifa. Ifa is an embodiment of everything in life, a balance of everything. Ifa talks about life, Ifa talks about end of life. Ifa talks about growth, Ifa talks about end of growth. Ifa talks about peace, Ifa talks about war. Ifa talks about sickness, he talks about disease. Ifa talks about poverty, he talks about wealth. So whatever it is that you are looking for is what you will tell Ifa, this is what I am looking for. You want wealth. Okay, then you do a divination. We will ask Ifa, how did this person's Ori design that they are going to be able to make wealth? Then Ifa can say, oh, this and this and this are the professions. Excuse me, please let me get some water. This and this and this are the professions that yeah, excuse me. So it will tell you that this and this are the professions that you can do. These are the things Ifa permits you to do spiritually to grow your wealth. Ifa will give you guideline about your own life and how wealth creation works for you as a person. Is that okay? But for somebody to tell you, the moment you come to Ifa, they do it Ifa for you, you do one sacrifice, you do one appeasement, boom, money will start to come. Is a lie. You will sit down and find out what works for you, what brings wealth and money for you. Please, what's the difference between Ifa Shishe and Ifa Tite? Titefa is going into Igbodu. You have to do it by yourself. You have to be there by yourself. It is more expensive. It cannot be done in absential, and the ceremony takes a couple of days. Ishefa can be done in absential. You will receive Ifa and an Odù, but that's not the Odù Ifa that births you. But you can be using that Odù for the meantime until you go into Igbodu. It is cheaper than Itefa, and you don't have to be there in person, right? Can one be Onisheshe without making sacrifices and pouring libations to the God? First of all, you are not a Babalawo, so you cannot make sacrifices. You are not, is a Babalawo that is allowed to do that. You have to have been trained as a Babalawo. And I told you that thing takes years, 5, 6, 7 years. It's like you're going to school for a first degree and a master's before you can become a Babalawo that will be doing a tutu and ebo. So you can be an Onisheshe, a practitioner of Ifa, without ever doing sacrifice and appeasement. It's not, but will it be done on your behalf? Yes. People will be doing it on your behalf because it's an important part, a very huge part of this practice of Isheshe. So Christians and churches demonize tradition is a marketing strategy to isolate Christianity. All right, yes. I'm learning fast. I'm glad that you're learning. Yeah. What's the difference between Eshu and Satan? There is no relationship. I have a video on YouTube, also a 3.5 hour video that I did that was on the 26th of December last year, which was Eshu Day, World Eshu Day. Please go to YouTube and watch that video where I explained Eshu is not Satan. So who exactly is Eshu? You'll find it on my YouTube channel, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV. Must someone go and find out the purpose and destiny? No, you don't have to go eyes of the sea. You don't have to find out about your destiny and your purpose. You can just continue to live life whichever way you want. It's not compulsory. It's like somebody saying that must you have GPS when you are traveling to a place you don't know. You don't have to have GPS. By the time you turn here and then they say, madam, you are 60 kilometers away from where you are. Then you move small to the front again and somebody say, you are supposed to have turned at the roundabout. Then you enter into here. They say, this place is a close. They've closed this road 3 days ago. By the time the person is going up and down, nobody will tell him before he finds GPS. Please, can I have a map? GPS that will actually show me the fastest routes. Yes. So some people decide to just go through life not knowing what to do. They just want to wake up every day and just go through life. It's not compulsory that you find your purpose and your destiny. It's not, you can live life, just sleep and wake up, go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married, have children, retire, live, and then die. So many people are doing it. But if you believe that you are not a random goat or chicken or stone that just is just happening in life, and you understand the fact that things align with you that will not align with somebody else, you understand the fact that people live through this life, build career to become successful medical doctors, and they will still tell you, I don't feel fulfilled. I feel like this is not my purpose. I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Then at age 50, they will realize, this is not my purpose. Then they will go back and start to find purpose and start again. Something that they were supposed to have started doing at age 20. That's the reason people find purpose. So if you think it's not for you, I mean, it's okay. It's not a compulsory thing. Is Akosejaye same thing as horoscope? No, no, no. 1,001 times no. Akosejaye is Akosejaye. That's just what it is. Horoscope is horoscope. That is what it is. Let's resist the urge to be finding English equivalent for Yoruba and indigenous African practices. That is how we got to Yemoja is man-made. That's how we got to Eshu is Satan. That's how we got to Olodumare is God. That's how we got to Orisha is demon. There is no Orisha is Orisha. Olodumare is Olodumare. Akosejaye is Akosejaye. Eshu is Eshu. He does not. Let's not do it. Read Akosejaye is different. Horoscope is different. Is horoscope valid? Yes, it's valid. It's a valid practice. Because it is not Ifa does not invalidate the source of that practice and the genuineness of it. But for us as Yoruba people, in this side of the world, and for every other person that associates with us all over the rest of the world, Akosejaye is what it is. Blessing, thank you for helping me answer that question. Please, I need your help. Have you posted the WhatsApp number? Eh? Okay, you post it again, I'll pin it. Thank you very much. Eshu is an Orisha in Yoruba spirituality, Yoruba history, Yoruba tradition. Satani is a borrowed word. It's the Yoruba word for Satan. So if they are looking for Yoruba for Satan, it's Satani, it's not Eshu. I love seeing educated people studying Ifa because they brainwashed our forefathers with illiteracy. And let me correct that statement. Our forefathers were not illiterate. Our forefathers were literate. They were learned people in their own language, their own culture, their own tradition, their own way of life. What English and West has termed illiterate right now is people that do not have the knowledge of life according to English language. English language is the yardstick for measurement. No, we should not do that to ourselves. So because somebody did not learn in English, that makes the person illiterate. What are people that learned in Portuguese, in French, in Mandarin, in Hindi? Yoruba people learned medicine. We have, and we still do, very potent form of medicine, traditional medicine, that would teach your body to heal itself without dumping toxins and chemicals and side effects into you. We learned agric. We learned how to do business, which was the first interaction we had with the West. It was trade, transatlantic trade. Read about the history of what happened during the transatlantic trade period. We learned how to do business using our own language. We learned law. We have traditional lawyers, cultural lawyers, Yoruba lawyers, who worked by the rules and regulations of what that community had. We had teachers, spiritualists, tailors, construction. We did construction by ourselves before we had any encounter with the West. So it is a shame on us if we describe our people as illiterate just because they do not read and write in English. No, our forefathers that did not speak English the way I'm speaking it are not illiterate. Everything you learn in English, you can learn it in Yoruba. In fact, for people that have had the opportunity of traveling to Europe to learn a new language, you would understand the importance of Yoruba language because you will learn those languages with Yoruba in your mind. I tell people, a lot of Africans don't know that they think in their mother tongue. A lot of Africans don't know that they think in their mother tongue. Why do you hear people speak English in a certain way? It's a reflection of your mother tongue. So being non-English speaking does not make you an illiterate. It does not make our forefathers illiterate. Oh, thank you very much. Somebody answered that question. No, our forefathers were never illiterate. They were never illiterate. Is it true that the world started from Ile-Ife? Yes, it's true. If you want the full teaching, click on Baba Ifáyẹmí Elébùíbón's book about creation. He talks about it there. I just follow you, ma. Please come on live often to explain more. We are always live every Sunday, 12 noon Nigerian time for our live streaming. Every Sunday. And aside from that, the replay of every video we have is always on our YouTube channel. So even if you miss the full video of this, if you miss the live streaming or you are not able to follow to the end, the full replay will be on, it's always on YouTube. So if you have missed any previous ones, oh, trust me, you want to go to. Somebody said, please, does Ifa have repercussions? When you say does Ifa have repercussions, I assume that you mean that if you start practicing Ifa, will it have negative effects on you or will it have disadvantages? Now, everything in life is a balance. Everything in life has this side and that side. When you come to Ifa, the first thing they will teach you, when I was training to become an Ifa priestess, which is called Iyanifa, the first teaching they teach you is look at your hand. At your hand. You see that they are different. This space is different from this. That's the balance of life. So everything in life has balance. So if anybody is promising you that the moment you come to Ifa, everything will be good. You will not have any challenges again. You will not experience difficult time. You will never fall sick again. You will not be broke. You will not experience any loss. This and this will not. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. That's the same lie they sold to you in church. That's why you are fighting them in church and mosque now. Because they told you once you are born again, everything becomes, everything is okay, everything is fine, everything is this and that. And then you have been there 10, 15, 20 years to find out that everything is not like that. Okay? So life is a balance. Ifa teaches us about balance. Everything in life has time. There will be the up time and the down time. But you know what makes Ifa better than whatever it is that any other person is presenting to you is because Ifa is real. Ifa will not give you unrealistic expectations. And Ifa says, when you experience that downtime, come to Ifa. Ifa will direct you. That's one of the definitions of Ifa. Ifa is atun ori eni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe. Ifa is the one that repairs the destiny of the person that his destiny is not. He repairs situations that are not too good. You feel like, this my situation is looking somehow. I'm not happy with this thing. Ifa repairs it for you. So does Ifa have repercussion? Ifa does not have any repercussion. Life is just life. But Ifa will never promise you. The moment you come here, everything is good and fine and not is a lie. It's a lie. Life is balance. The moment you give birth to a child and you pray, God, Olódùmarè, I need a child. Oshun, I need a child. Jesus, I need a child. Muhammad, I need a child. Allah, I need a child. And that child comes. The moment you receive that child and the child is born, you have also received a death date for the child. You just don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to happen. It works side by side. You are praying for love. I want to find a man that loves me. Olódùmarè, provide love for me. Actually, I want to be married. A husband that loves me. Wife that loves me. The moment you find love, you have already found disagreement and fighting, because there is no way love will go that will not have disagreement and fighting. That person you love, there is no way you will get to one point and you will not say, how did I choose this person? Of all the people in the whole world, there is always the once in a while. Some people often, some people not often. You pray for Olodumare to give you a job. You get that job. That job will stress you one day that you feel like, please, I don't want job again. I want business. Then you start business. Your business is flourishing. A time will come. So as you're asking for uptime, downtime, it goes side by side. In fact, we don't come here to say God give good things and the devil is the one that is putting bad things there. Like the story they told us in the Bible. The man planted his farm. Then in the night, the kinikon came to plant weed. What's the name of the kinikon? So plant weed, you know? The kinikon came to plant weed inside the farm. So they make it look like the only thing that God gives is good things. Satan is the one that gives bad things. It does not make sense. Life happens as a balance. God created tall and short, big and small, white and black, plus size and slim. People that are smart and people that are not smart. Life is summer and winter, rain and poverty and riches. To be born and to live this world, to be healthy and to sick and to be ill. Everything is a balance of life that Olodumare created in this life, and that is how this life exists. So when you experience it, it does not mean, God hates you. Olodumare hates you. Life is just happening to you. And what you need to go and do is find the solution to it. Simple. So anybody that is promising you, my own Ifa, if I'm your Oluwo, my Ifa, your Ifa will not have repercussion. Won't purọ́ fún yín. No, don't let's use the word repercussion. It will not have, you can speak if you want to, you don't have to write. It will not have, your life will just be going in a smooth upward direction. No. But is life going to be significantly better? Yes. Why? Because now you have knowledge. Now you have guidance. Now you have solution. Life will be significantly better. But that life will just be a bed of roses and there will be no challenges. It's not true. Well, okay. Ajimi Posi, thank you very much. If I did not have repercussions in any way. Okay, I think I've answered that question. DM for more explanation. Please, I need to put this disclaimer out there. If anybody comes on my live streaming and they're asking you to send them DMs, whatever it is you have with the person does not in any way have anything to do with me as a brand, as a person, or Ifa College as a school and as a brand. Is that okay? So whatever DM that people are asking you to DM then, it doesn't have anything to do with Iyanifa. If anything starts, don't say, and I met the person on Iyanifa's live stream. I don't know the person. What practice prayer can one do for their water guide to reveal themselves to the person? You do an Ifa divination. You don't do practice prayer. You come to Ifa and do a divination. Then Ifa will reveal whatever it is that you want revealed. Okay, I've answered that question. How do we find out one's purpose? Through Itefa. If you want to do Itefa, send a message to the WhatsApp number, or you send a DM and you say you want to do Itefa. Like a father of my friend that was called to bar at 85 years. Can you imagine? What can one do to connect with their water guide? Do an Ifa divination. Our Bibo or Egbe Bibo should come first. That question, please answer that. Please ask that question again. Is Eshu Lucifer, who is said to be God's second in command? I don't know the meaning of Lucifer. Eshu is Eshu. Go and find out the history of Lucifer. Eshu is not Lucifer. Eshu is Eshu. Eshu is an Orisha. Ogun is an Orisha. Shogo is an Orisha. Eshu is an Orisha. Eshu is not second in command to God. We do not have God in Yoruba spirituality. We do not have Lucifer. Don't bring it. Do not. Please resist the urge to always find English equivalent for our Orisha. No, they do not have English equivalent. It is called Orisha. Orisha is Orisha. Okay? They are not small gods. Eshu is not Lucifer. Okay, please. You once said you were a member of Deeper Life. Can you tell us about your religious switch journey? I have a video on YouTube. You will see the video. Just scroll down my YouTube page. I was on the live streaming for 8 hours that day. 8.5 hours, yes. Telling the story of my journey from Ifa, from Christianity, from being a member of Deeper Life to being a pastor in Christ Embassy, to how I switched to Ifa and became an Iyanifa. So go to YouTube. I won't bore the people that have listened to it with that story again. Go to YouTube and watch that video. I said it's 8 hours, so take your time. You watch it like episode by episode. Watch 1 hour, pause, 2 hours, pause. We get to the end of it. Elédùmarè a máa bùkún ẹ̀yin náà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Let's see. Any other question? Plant tares among the wind. The enemy came to sow at night. Thank you very much. That's what you are. That's the question. What's the relationship between Ifa and Orunmila? Orunmila was the one that brought Ifa. Orunmila is the messenger that Ifa. Okay, hey, now post it now so I can pin it. Just now. I can't see it though. It's not coming up. I can't see it. Yes, somebody will post it now. 8 season series, Abio. I want to say Oribi, but okay, I can't see it on my screen. It's not showing on my. No, let me show you how to post it. Because once you are posting it and it looks like a contact, WhatsApp will not allow you to. If it looks like a contact, no. Remove that. Remove that whole message that you type. Remove the plus. Then type from 234 together as a phone number. Yeah, remove all the other things that come with it. The number will be posted now. Someone said, how about people that their partners have gone this IFA divination? Does it have a negative impact on them? It does not. IFA does not have a negative impact. Okay, somebody just posted the WhatsApp number now. Maria just posted it. Somebody else is going to post it again. Use one of our company accounts to post it so that they'll be sure who it is. Okay, we've answered all the questions. Now let's go to the conversation of today. So IFA, what does IFA have to do with my everyday life? I didn't answer your question. Please post your question again. If I didn't answer it, post it again. What's the difference between? I've told you now that Orunmila is the messenger that brought Ifa. It's not a. When you say what's the difference, okay, what's the relationship? Is what your question is supposed to be. You have access to any of the other accounts. Royal Art just posted the WhatsApp number now. That number that is pinned on the screen, that's my WhatsApp number. So you can send a message. So Orunmila is the person that brought Ifa. Ifa is just an embodiment of knowledge. Ifa is not a person. Ifa is not a human being that walked this earth. Ifa is not like the Orishas that we have. Ifa was not a human being like me and you. It's just knowledge, information. Orunmila was the one that brought it. Have I answered your question now? Please keep tapping on your screen. We're supposed to have gone way past 100. Keep tapping, keep your gifts coming in. Now let's move into how do we appropriate Ifa to our everyday life? How do we appropriate Ifa to our everyday life? Like we wake up every morning. What do we do? How do we make Ifa better? Like when we wake up in the morning, for people that have been in church, when you wake up in the morning, you have morning devotion, you talk to God about your day, and then you would you receive guidance, word for the day, you read devotional in the morning, something to guide you through your day that serves as an instruction. Now, a lot of people have been asking me that, how do we do that in Ifa? Now, before I go into that, I have a teaching on praying the right way in Ifa. Very important to see. One of the things that religion used to capture people and suppress people and subdue people at the level that they are is this wrong idea of prayer. The wrong idea of prayer. Now, religion explains prayer to us as we are coming to God to ask for something. Ask and ye shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. The other religion says, we are slaves of God. Eru Ọlọ́run la jẹ́, and whatever it is that he gives us, God has given, God has taken away. Glory be to the name of the Lord. That is what religion sold to us, to keep us incapacitated about what we are, who we are, and the things we have access to. They literally use that form of prayer to take away our power to access the things that they are now telling us to beg for. It's like you already have something, but you don't know that it's yours. Then somebody takes it away from you, and the person is making you to beg for it. That is what religion has done with prayer. That is what religion has done with prayer. So one of the first things you should unlearn, is that religious prayer style. You have to unlearn it. I just pinned the YouTube channel for people that want to watch our previous videos. You have to unlearn that idea of prayer the way they ask you to pray. Atoro, baby, oh God, I beg you. God, please beg. I saw a skit a couple of days ago. God, I take God beg you. Yeah, everybody is begging. And if God gives it to you, you are happy. If he doesn't give it to you, they will still tell you to thank God that he did not give it to you. At least the little you have, some other people don't have it. It's just gaslighting. Gaslighting. That's not how the divine and supreme being Olodumare intended for it to be. So you see that word prayer. Most people will interpret it in Yoruba as, please, comment section, what do you call prayer in Yoruba? Yoruba language. I'm not saying in Ifa or Isheshe. In Yoruba language, what do they call prayer? What's the Yoruba word for prayer that they use in church? Adura. Please don't me open it. Adura. They call it Adura. Now, you see that Yoruba, that word Adura, is not a Yoruba word. It's a borrowed word. Ọ̀rọ̀ àyálò. For those of you that did Yoruba literature, or you are ọ̀rọ̀ àyálò ni wọ́n ń pe Yorùbá yẹn, ọ̀rọ̀ àyálò ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ àyálò is a borrowed word. Nínú èdè Lárúbáwá dẹ̀ láti yá lò. We borrow that word from not even Hausa. The core of that word, or the foundational word, is an Arabic word called dua. Dua is what is called prayer in Arabic language. So àdúrà is àyálò láti inú èdè Lárúbáwá tó ń pè ní dua, òun ló sọ di àdúrà. It's not an original Yoruba word. So kí àwọn elédè Lárúbáwá tó dé, before the Arabic people came, before we had our first contacts with them, what did we call prayer? How are we doing prayer? Kí là ń pè gangan? It was called ìwúre. Now, let me explain some things to you. You see those interpretations of certain words, especially words that have to do with our spiritual life or spiritual way of life. Those interpretations are not random. They are not coincidental. The fact that Satan was translated to Eshu, demon was translated to Eshu. It's not coincidence. It's not just some random thing that happened. They carefully picked out what they knew what they were doing. They carefully picked out those replacements. So replacing Iwure with Adura, it was carefully picked. Iwure, now if you understand what Iwure is, you would understand why they replaced it with the word Adura. Can I have the phone? I want to show something on my screen. So for Michael, I want to show something on my screen. I want to be able to access Ifa College on the screen. Yeah. Tell somebody to help me out. So the word for Yoruba, for prayer in Yoruba, is Iwure. Now, excuse me, let's break down what Iwure is. The person that is asking, how can I pray in Ifa and Isheshe way, I would explain it to you. Let's take it step by step. Iwure, like I said, Yoruba is a descriptive word. For those of you that cannot read, write, and speak Yoruba, and you want to learn Ifa, it will be very hard though for you to learn Ifa if you don't understand Yoruba. That is why we have a course at the Ifa College. We have a program called Yoruba Studies, where you learn Yoruba literature, Yoruba vocabulary, you learn how to read, write, and speak Yoruba. We have Yoruba Studies for adults and for kids. Is that okay? So Iwure is a combination of two words, Iwu and Ire. Now, when we have two vowel sounds side by side in a word in Yoruba, one goes off. So Iwu is I-W-U. I just spelled out English alphabet. Ire is I-R-E. Iwu and Ire. Now, U and I are vowels. So the I had to go for the U to stay. That is why you have I-W-U-R-E. Iwure. So the first one is Iwu. Iwu means to dig. Ká wú nǹkan jáde. Tó bá ní ẹ wú jáde tí gbòǹgbò. Ibẹ̀ yẹn lọ stinkini yẹn sí ẹ lọ wú jáde. Go and dig it out. Ire is blessing. So when we pray in Yoruba, it is an act of digging out blessings. Now, if you are digging out something, it means that thing is there already. If you want to dig out the root of a tree, or somebody buried a treasure chest, and you want to dig it out, it's because you and I both know that there is a treasure chest that was buried there. So Yoruba comes from a place that we are not begging for something. We are not asking God to do something. We are not expecting God to do something. It has already been done. We are just digging it out. Simple. We are just digging it out. Now imagine, the Ire is already there. The blessings are already there. Yet religion came to say, ask before you receive something that is already there. All you have to do is to go and dig it out. Oh, God will do it. Continue to pray. Have faith. God will do it. The Lord will do it. What is He going to do? Something that Olodumare has already done, that is there. All you have to find is, where is it? Let me dig it out. Simple. It's as simple as that. Now, I will give you examples of prayer, of how Iwure is done in Yoruba. You will understand. So, the fact that I said the Ore is there and you just want to dig it out, it doesn't mean you will now say, God, please, I dig out blessings for my family. God, please help me dig out. No, but I know God is not helping. God, help me, help me, help me. He's not here. God has already helped you. He did not. You see, if you listen to, if you understand the teaching of Ifa, it will make sense to you, because for the first time you look at yourself that, okay, so the God that created me has plan for me. So He already knows me. He did not just push me into this world and then He leaves me wandering and then I have to ask for anything. He made me. He knows I'm going to have it. It's like your children, you wake up and you make your children wake up to ask for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They have to ask for water to take their bath. They have to ask for toothpaste to brush. They have to ask for clothes to wear. When they wake up every morning, they will come and ask for pants. Mommy, please, can I wear pants? Then you'll be making them ask every day. What kind of parent are you? Let alone the one that we said is the Almighty that created heaven and earth. Does it even make sense that He will take us through that type of a thing? So let's move to how do we pray. Now, I'll give you some examples. And it's something you should learn, because when you learn to pray in Islam and in Christianity, you learn it. You are not born with it. So this is, if I call it, here we teach. If you go to the bio of, bring that one. Let me see how it's working. No, your phone. Let me just see how it's. If you go to the bio, the link in the bio of this page, you see subscription. You know there's subscription on. There's subscription on. Search for Ifa College so I can show it to them, or bring it on your laptop. There's subscription in the link of the bio. When you click on subscription, it will take you to praying the right way in Ifa. Once you subscribe, you will see videos that will teach you how to pray the right way in different circumstances. How to pray for your finances, how to pray in the morning, how to pray, how to do Iwure in the morning, how to do Iwure for Ajay, how to do Iwure when you are experiencing enemies and haters. A lot of you have them plenty. How to do Iwure when you are embarking on a journey. How to do Iwure when you need healing. How to do Iwure in all of those. Please take this away, so I will use this. How to do Iwure in all of those spaces. Where is the subscribe button here? How to do Iwure in different circumstances. It's not on YouTube. It's on this TikTok channel. I will flip my video. No, it's supposed to be up. Subscribe is up, please. It's on this TikTok channel. I would show it to you. No. Go to the page, the Ifa College page. So you subscribe and you now let me give you an example of how Iwure is done. Take for instance, you wake up in the morning and you want to go to mobile version. Take for instance, you wake up in the morning now and you want to make your Iwure for a new day. Now, there is something that I call precedence. Every time you make Iwure, you are making Iwure based on precedence. Precedence is what? Imagine we're in the court of law and I'm trying to fight a case for somebody, right? Okay, so I'm standing as the lawyer defending my client. And somebody has had a similar situation with this, my client, and that person was discharged and acquitted. So when I stand in front of the judge, I will say, oh, in the case of Johnson versus the States in 1914, Mr. Johnson was granted blah, 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 and he was discharged and acquitted. Now, in legal terms, it is called precedence, something that has happened already. We are referring to something that has happened. So we are not going to waste the time of this judge or this court sitting. We are just going to make precedence on this situation has happened before. This is how. So let us reinstate the exact same thing that happened during that time. That is what precedence is. That is what we use in Ifa. Everything you are asking for, it has already happened for somebody before. It has already happened in nature before. It's already there. You are just digging it out. It is there already. You are just digging everything out, okay? Now, so when you wake up in the morning and you want to do Iwure for your morning, you will do Iwure for Ojumo. Ojumo is morning. Wọ́n máa sọ fún wa pé ojúmọ́ kan kì í mọ́ kí balùwẹ̀ ó má gbore. That is a precedence. Kò sí kí ojúmọ́ kan mọ́ kí balùwẹ̀ má gbore. Meaning that there is no new day that we break, that a bathroom, at least one bathroom all over the world will receive water. Because of that precedence, èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá mo gba ore lénìí. Tí ojúmọ́ bá mọ́, ọ̀yẹ́ máa là ni. If the new day breaks, it will come. If a new day breaks, increase the light. If a new day breaks, it is the eyes of the day we open. So you tell yourself, based on this precedent, bí ojúmọ́ èmi ṣe ń mọ́, kó máa mọ́ èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá, kó máa mọ́ mi síre, kó máa mọ́ mi sáyọ̀. Take for instance, you want to do ìwúre concerning your finances, concerning ajé. Wọ́n ní àtọ̀tún àtòsì òun lẹyẹlé fi ń kóre wá. Ẹyẹlé is a pigeon. If you have a pigeon in your house, you know that the pigeon flies left and right to pick different things and it brings it to the house and then he come and eats it or pets on it in the house. Based on the precedence that àtọ̀tún àtòsì lẹyẹlé fi ń kóre wá, èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá kó máa kóre wá fún mi láti gúúsù, látàríwá, láti ìlà oòrùn, láti ìwọ̀ oòrùn. Meaning that as the pigeon brings his blessings from left and right, let life begin to bring blessings for me. You mention your name and your mother's name. I, so and so, the daughter of so and so. Let blessings begin to come from me, from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south. That's how we make Iwure. We are not begging. We are not commanding. Oh, I command this thing. We are only speaking. This thing has happened before. Because it has happened for X before, let it also happen for me. You are asking for favor. You are asking for people to show you favor. What do we say? We say, wọ́n níjọ́ tí òrí bá fojú kan oòrùn, ìjọ́ yẹn ló ń yọ. The day that, what's going on? Just went on. The day that the shea butter set his eyes on the sun, that is the day that it will melt. So we say, kí ọmọ aráyé máa yọ́nú sí mi, because every time that shea butter comes in contact with sun and with heat, it melts. The same way, as people come in contact with me today, you mention your name, I, the so and so, the daughter of so and so, let their heart melt for me. Remember I said Yoruba is a descriptive language. Religious people will call it incantation, yes, because shea butter is demonic and the sun is demonic. I just spoke Yoruba to you now. Bí ojúmọ́, ìjọ́ tó rí bá fojú kan ọ̀run, ìjọ́ yẹn ló ń yọ. Please, is that not a scientific statement? If you put shea butter in front of the sun, in front of heat, will it not melt? What's demonic about that? And the people that call it demonic, they are the ones that are speaking in tongues, a language that nobody understands. The people that call it incantation, they are the ones that calls Iwure incantation. Yet they are the ones that speak re bababa, sho bababa, ri bababa, that nobody understands. The Bible says that when they spoke in tongues, people identified those languages and they said these are languages. Láti ìjọ́ tá ti ń speak in tongues, sha. Even now that he's on internet, there is nobody that has come to say, the language that pastor is speaking is the same thing we speak in our village in South Korea. Kò sẹ́ni tó ti identify language. The last time they identified language was the story they wrote in the Bible. You believe in speaking in tongues, yet you do not believe in Yoruba words. Speaking in tongues is not incantation, but Yoruba thing that you just saw you that makes meaning to us is incantation. Wọ́n ní ọwọ́ tí ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá gbé ara ẹ̀ ló fi máa ń nà. Have you seen igi ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ before? Ewé ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣé kò jọ ọwọ́? Tó bá lọ sókè báyìí, tó bá máa wá sílẹ̀, ara ẹ̀ kọ́ ló fi ń nà. That's just a description. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá gbọ́wọ́ ibi sókè sí mi àtẹ̀bí mi kọ́ máa fi nọra wọn. Simple and straightforward. That one is incantation, but fall down and die is not incantation. Let them be electrocuted by fire. I bind them, I strangle them, I wrap them, I throw them into the bottomless. Oh my God. Anyways, that's how to do Iwure. That is the way we make Iwure. So, those of you that are asking where can you subscribe to learn the Iwure, I will be flipping my screen right now to show you what. So when you get to IFA College homepage, it's on this, it's not on YouTube, but it's here. When you get to IFA College page, this is what it looks like right now. Then you go to subscription. You see that subscription button, this one. Click on it. Click on subscription. This one we are using. Let us do it. We have clicked on subscription. So when it loads, I'll let you know. The network on this one is really, I think it's loading gradually. Right. So once it loads, I will show you what it looks like. So you just click on subscription there. Once you click on subscription, it will take you to subscription. You will see, I've clicked on it, it's loading. You will see praying the right way in IFA. Just subscribe. Once you subscribe, you have access to watch the videos. You begin to learn it. I recorded those videos both in English and in Yoruba. It's a 12-part series. So if you have not subscribed, I will give you a break of 2 minutes right now. Keep tapping. Go and subscribe. So when you click on subscribe, when you click on that subscription button, this is what you have. You can see it. You see Pray the Right Way in Ifa. It's just a token of 2,500. You can see it. In this 12-part series, I will teach you how to pray the right way in Ifa and Isheshi, using the right words and invoking the right powers for specific results. The teaching is both in Yoruba and English. Now, you can see those videos. You can see that they are locked because this person has not subscribed. Once you subscribe, these videos will be unlocked and you will be able to watch it and learn. So I have 12, it's a 12-part video series there. Now, for people that might find it challenging to subscribe on TikTok because you require your card details, you can send a message through WhatsApp. Please post the WhatsApp number again. You can send a message through WhatsApp that you want the 12-part video series on praying the right way in Ifa and in Isheshi. So the person that says, please give us more prayers, stay till the end of this video. We have Iwure every Sunday. So everything I say, you can listen to it. Or you can go to, you can subscribe on TikTok here. So that's how you pray in Ifa and Isheshi, the right way. Is that okay? That is how you pray the right way. For those of you that are experiencing negative things, you just, it looks like everything that could go wrong in life is going on. The Iwure for such thing is money. Ojú rere la fi ń wowó. Ojú rere la fi ń wowó. Ojú rere la fi ń wowó. Kí gbogbo ọmọ aráyé máa fojú rere wò mí. It means that we look at money favorably. No matter how dirty money is, you don't treat money the way you treat paper. Everybody looks at money favorably, both rich and poor, young and old. As people are looking at money favorably, let them begin to look at me and deal with me with favor on every side. Wọ́n ní ọmọ kéré ó tóbi ọwọ́ méjèèjì báyìí la fi ń gbé, ọmọ aráyé máa gbé mi gẹ̀gẹ̀. Meaning that whether a baby is little or is big, we carry a baby with our 2 hands because they are delicate and we show them favor. Let men and women that I come in contact today, let them carry my matter like this with favor. The way you carry a newborn baby and you are smiling and you are carrying them and looking at them favorably. Wọ́n ní ojú adìyẹ kì í sé lára àgbàdo. The eyes of the chicken does not go off the corn. If you put a corn into a bottle, that's where the chicken will be looking at. Kí ojú ọmọ aráyé má ṣe sé lára mi fún oore, fún àánú, fún ẹ̀yọ́nú, fún ìgbéga. Let the eyes of men and women that see me, let it not go off me for favor, for grace, for mercy. Wọ́n ní òkò tá bá sọlú ọ̀pẹ lọ̀pẹ ń sọlú ní. Meaning that the stone that you throw at a palm tree, it goes back to it, will bounce back like this. Anybody that is throwing any negative thing towards me, let it go back to them. The WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen now, posted by Royal Art. So there are different precedents of how things happen. Wọ́n ní àbùdí ní tolókun, àbùdí ní tọlọ́sà. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ owó, ọ̀rọ̀ ajé mi, àbùdí ni kó jẹ́ fún mi kí n máa bí mo ṣe ń bù báyìí kó máa dí. Meaning that when you take water from the ocean, it fills back. Nobody will come and nobody will look at the ocean and say, somebody took 3 gallons from this ocean yesterday. No. Ó máa ń dí padà ni, it will fill itself up back. It has not reduced. We have never gone there to say, half of the water has gone. Based on that, in my finances, as I take money out to spend, to pay my bills, let the universe open ways to refill it back for me. That is precedence, not God, I beg, give me money. Out of the 2 million naira in my future, borrow me 10,000 out of it. What does that even sound like? Àbùdí ni tolókun, àbùdí ni tọlọ́sà. As you take out of the ocean, as you take out of the sea. Wọ́n ní agbe tí ń gbére pàdé olókun, wọ́n ní kó má gbére pàdé olókun mọ́. Àlùkò tí ń gbére pàdé ọlọ́sà, má gbé pàdé ọlọ́sà mọ́, má gbé wá bá èmi lágbájá, ọmọ lágbájá, wàá dárúkọ orúkọ ìyá ẹ̀. Agbe is a bird, is the one that brings blessings to olókun. Olókun is an òrìṣà, the òrìṣà of the sea. Àlùkò is a bird that brings blessings to ọlọ́sà. Ọlọ́sà is an òrìṣà, is the owner of the ocean. So today I'm speaking to Agbe and Àlùkò. Don't take blessings to Olókun again. Don't take blessings to Olosa today. Bring it to me. Mention your name and your mother's name. That is how we do Iwure in Yoruba. So I've taught you something. Now, when you wake up in the morning, a lot of you are, we have mastered this habit, this ritual of, you wake up in the morning, you read a devotional, God's word for today. It guides you during the day. You know, as you read your devotional, your holy book, you receive a word. It guides you through that day. You pray, you do your prayers, and then you go about your day. And then you hear people say during the day, there was something I read during the devotional this morning. The Spirit of God told me something, and everything happened exactly the way that the Spirit of God said it was going to happen. You hear people say that, whether it's true, whether they are boboing or they don't know. But what we know is that in Ifa and in Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, there's something that we say. Wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣe rí, ọ̀la lè má rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀túnla ọmọ ìyá wọn gan lè yàtọ̀. Òun ló mú babaláwo dífá ọrọ̀ ọ̀run. Babaláwo ò dẹ̀ ń dáfá lọ́rọ̀ ọ̀run mọ́ báyìí, ojoojúmọ́ ni babaláwo ń dáfá. What does that mean? The way today is, please keep tapping on your screen. Keep tapping. I can't see the hearts anymore. Keep tapping, keep tapping. Keep your gifts coming in. Keep liking, keep sharing. I know you are learning a lot. Let's tap so that this live streaming can be shown to more and more people. So he says that can you be both Christian and Ifa? You are not Ifa. When you say can you be Christian, being Christian means you identify with Christianity as a religion. Being Ifa means that you are saying that you are identifying with Ifa as a religion. Ifa is not a religion. For the obstinate time, Ifa is not on the same word. You cannot use the same word that you use for Ifa as Christianity. Christianity is a religion. Ifa is not a religion. Ifa is a way of life. So if you're asking me now, can a Christian practice Ifa as their way of life? Ifa does not care whether you are Christian or not. Nobody is going to ask you when you come to Ifa, are you Christian, are you Muslim, are you Hindu, are you Arabic, it doesn't matter. Your race, your color, your tribe, your language, nothing matters. It does not matter. When you come into Ifa, it doesn't matter whether you go to church on Sunday or you are going to the mosque. When you come and you start to practice Ifa and you see the difference, you compare this side with this side. You are the one that will choose. If you want to still continue to spend your time in church, don't let me use the word waste. Let's use spend. You are the one that will choose whether you want to continue to spend your time there or you want to sit down fully and say, oh, let me get rid of all these distractions. You understand? So Ifa is not you have to leave this, you cannot do this. No, Ifa is not like that. You get it? So I was explaining something. They said, be no sheri, inile maribe. Be ni sheri, olale maribe. Meaning that the way yesterday was, today might not be like that. The way today is, tomorrow might not be like that. The day after tomorrow might be totally different from today and tomorrow. That is why a Babalawo and Ifa priest is endeavored to receive Odù Ifá every 5 days. But in this time and age, do you know how we receive Odù Ifá every day? Because change is the only constant thing in life. The way today is, tomorrow might not be like that. That is why you need another word for tomorrow. Every day with his own challenges, with his own direction. So when you come to Ifa and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, you need an Odù Ifá for every day. You need to know what is Ifa saying to me today. Those of you that have been following my live streaming, sometimes this month, we did a divination for the Yoruba calendar year just started, right? And in Yoruba calendar, we're in year 10,067 years. And in that Yoruba calendar, a divination was done for the whole world. Odù Ifá for the world. And the Odù Ifá was Oturupo Meji. For those of you that watched my live streaming the day I was breaking it down, if you have not watched it, I beg you, go to YouTube. Go and look for that video that talks about Yoruba calendar is we're in year 10,027. What does it mean? And then listen to how I explained Odù Ifá Oturupo Meji for the year and see what we're expecting this year. See what this year. And by the time you look at it, you see that a lot of it has even started happening. Now, the same way you have Odù Ifá for the year, you have Odù Ifá for the day. You need to start your day with an Odù Ifá. Let Olódùmarè. Ifá is the voice of Olódùmarè. Remember, Ifá is a communication tool between you and Olódùmarè. Ifá is like text message. It's like you are chatting with Olódùmarè directly. And you say, today is another day. Olódùmarè, what is happening today? What is in stock for me today? Olódùmarè replies you through an Odù Ifá. Then when you now break down that Odù Ifá, he says today, this will happen, that will happen, we will go here, we will go there. hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. All right. So it says that you have Odù Ifá for the day. Imagine that the Odù Ifá that comes out for you tomorrow says, avoid unnecessary fight. People will come to you with, please, the taps. People will come to you to fight you today. Ifá will have told you, don't fall for it. So when they bring, and it is on those days that you find different arguments. It looks like the world had a meeting to just come and upset you that day. Ifá says, don't allow them to pull you into it, because the moment you enter into that trap, it's going to spiral you into trouble that you did not even know how it started. And then when you now sit down, you'll be asking yourself, wait, oh, what was how did this argument start that has now revolved or escalated into people throwing bottles and then this and this? You have insulted someone that is supposed to be your helper. It's a trap. But Ifá will tell you that day. Some people will receive Odù Ifá for the day, and Ifá will tell them, there's somewhere that you usually go to. You go there for fun, for play. Avoid that place over the next 7 days. Then maybe you go somewhere with the boys, you guys chill, you just find out that there was a stray shooting, there was shooting that took place in the environment, and stray bullets went to that exact place where you and your boys are always sitting. And then you'll be like, and Ifá said it, oh. Or a trailer with something which shall happen there. They will go and pack people there, innocent and guilty people together. But Ifá has already told you. Now, the same way you had it as a habit to do devotional and to pray every day, it happens here. Ifá is a way of life. Whether to pray in the name of the Creator or the universe, or what I was told. Okay, so when we make Iwure, we say Lashe Idumare, by the Ashe of Olodumare. By the Ashe of Olodumare. You are not praying in the name of anybody. In African spirituality, in Ifá, there is no intermediary. You don't come to God through somebody. No. We do not come to Olodumare through the Orishas, or through Orunmila, or through your ancestors. You come direct. It's a direct conversation and communication. Olodumare knows you. He made you. He was the one that put you here for a reason. He wants to communicate with you directly. So when we do our Iwure, we end it with Lashe Idumare, by the Ashe, the stamp, the seal of the authority of Olodumare. That's it. So we don't pray in the name of somebody, we cut corner through somebody. I was telling one Christian sister a couple of days ago, I said the number of times you mention Jesus, compared to the number of times you mention God, you have shifted focus from the Almighty to another person. Oh, but Jesus is God. But I said, excuse me, sister, there is no part of the Bible where Jesus said he's God. He never said it. The idea of Jesus is God came after Jesus left, and somebody just decided to conjure God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. Jesus never said he's God. If Jesus existed, he existed for the Jews. And he was not God. He was a human being that came to do prophet things like every other person that came to do prophet things. I don't know whether he existed or not. He's not my ancestor. His story does not concern me. His story happened in Israel, Abiju, láti odindi Ilé Ifẹ̀, odindi Ìsàlẹ̀ Èkó, tí family mi ti wá, mo wá náwó lọ sí Jù lọ́n bẹ́yẹn, àfi gbogbo àwọn tó wà ń bíbà ilẹ̀, kò kàn wá. But tá bá ti ẹ̀fẹ́ wá yá story yẹn lò, Jésù sọ pé he did not say he's God, though. He did not say it. The two churches that I attended significantly is what a Christian we call Bible believing and Bible teaching church, Deeper Life Bible Church and Christ Embassy. And on no account did I read in the Bible that Jesus is God. But you people have shifted focus from God to Jesus. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? And people are coming to Ìṣẹ̀ṣe looking for that. They are looking for intermediary between them and God. There is no intermediary. It's free flow of communication here. Congratulations. Welcome to life. Olodumare is speaking to us directly through Ifá. You will hear it. It's not then the Babala will go into spirit. I want to interpret what God said. No, everybody can see it. Ifá is open. We can all see it. Where is my opele? Please tell somebody to bring my opele for me. It's open. We can all see it. There is no hanky-panky. There is no the interpretation of somebody. Then you go to another place. Another pastor will interpret something else. Then another affair will interpret something else. What's the confusion? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Straight and direct. So don't look for the name of who to pray. Just do your Iwure to Olodumare. Speak. Pour your heart to Olodumare by yourself, for yourself, and end it with Lashe Idumare. Stay till the end of this video and you would hear me make Iwure and you see how we go about it. So I was saying that you need an Ifa for the day. You need an Odù Ifá to guide you for the day. To guide you on your path for the day. The same way we have an Odù Ifá that is guiding us for the year. Tí wọ́n dá ní Òkè Ìtasẹ̀ ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀, that was divined in Òkè Ìtasẹ̀ in Ilé-Ifẹ̀. You also need Odù Ifá for the day. But how can you get Odù Ifá for the day when you don't even know Odù Ifá? You don't know it. You have not learned it. You don't have Ìwé Mímọ́ Ifá. You don't know it. Well, that's why Babalawos and Ìyánífás are there. Now, I want to announce something. I'm stressing something. First of all, if you have not subscribed for Praying the Right Way, please go and do that now. Go and do that now. Go to your, what's it called? How do we go to the front page? Okay. If you have not, I'm pausing for you. I will explain to you how you get Odù Ifá for each day. But before then, please go to the front page, to the home page of Ifa College. This TikTok page this is what it looks like. Go to subscription. Can you see subscription here? Subscription. Now click on it. Click on subscription. So you click on subscription. You see, praying the Ifa way. You can see it. So once you subscribe, it will give you access to these videos to learn how to do Iwure. Is a 12-part series. You can see it there in this 12-part series. So you are going there. Switch over your phone now and go and subscribe. If you are finding it challenging to subscribe, see, this is the way this thing will make sense. Some of you just come to TikTok to say, hey, do Odù Ifá or Sameji for us. Then they will now start, let's do Odù Ifá or Sameji. Those of you that know me knows that Odù Ifá or Sameji, Odù Ifá or Saileye is my favorite Odù. So we now say, Iyanifa do Odù Ifá or Sameji for us. Then they will now respond, Sara boju sakon gbongbono abimi gbing mole. Adíá fún ẹrúbami níjọ́ tó lọ rèé ṣòwò àkàrà. Yèyí ẹlẹ́yẹ tọrọ àkàrà lọ́wọ́ ẹrúbami ò fún. Tí alalẹ́ bá ti lẹ́, àwọn ògbìngbìngbìn a máa rìn gbìngbìngbìn mọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́ǹkulé ẹrúbami ní bá fi ń pariwo ẹrúbami o. Aṣọ mẹ́rìndínlógún lásán sọ̀pọ̀ náà, ọ̀kan láhùn lára, àti ká máa sọ yínmiyínmi bí igi ọgọgọ rúmọrúmọ apanimáyọ̀ aago lókìkí òru. Now you have heard that Odù, and everybody is happy. This woman, and that is all. How do you apply it to your life? You don't know. And Ifa is about your everyday life. It's not just for you to come and somebody will sing or show song. And we sing and we dance. Is that good? It's good. And somebody will just recite one random Odù and we see it. I'm proud Yoruba girl. You will wake up to reality. You still don't know how to apply it to life. So these are the ways to apply it to life. Can we do the prayers in English? Yes, this teaching is both in Yoruba and English. All my teachings, all the teachings in Ifa College are both in Yoruba and English. And we're adding more languages. For French, translated in Spanish, in Portuguese. As we're expanding, we are adding more and more languages. But right now, it's in Yoruba and English. So you can pray them in English too. Olodumare understands every language. It's not just one language. So to get your Odù Ifá for the day. Now, let me go and look for. Where did they say that thing is? You said it's under what? Effects. Inbon effects. Where would it be on my screen? I'm looking for drum rolls, because this particular announcement I'm about to make requires drum rolls. Effects. Now let's go and look for drum. Is it effects? It's not effect. Effect is giving me. Effect is giving me. What do they call it? Effect is giving me filter. Where do we get drum rolls? Please, I need to drum today because this announcement we are going to make. Bottom left corner. Bottom left corner has 3 dots. The dots for more. There's no setback here. Somebody needs to teach me how to do drum rolls on TikTok because I need to make drum rolls for these announcements that we are going to make. Where is the drum rolls? Okay, let's go to sound effects. Is that where we are going to have drum rolls? Clap. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see. Clap. Let's see if we can clap. Hey, we just clapped. Oh. Can anybody hear that we are clapping? Let me try it again. Wow. Can you hear it from your? Hey, I think I found drum. This thing is so, it's looking like this. Oh, it's just doing. Ting, ting. Okay. So the drum rolls was just to give us the effect of what we're about to announce. Okay. Are you guys hearing it? Or am I the only one that's hearing it? It's working. Yay! So let's clap again. So what we're about to announce is this. A lot of people have asked, saying that, can we have a daily devotional? Can we have like a daily devotional, program that works with Ifa, where we'll be giving Odù Ifá, every day, picking one Odù Ifá per day. We'll talk about that Odù Ifá for the day. We'll do a divination and talk about the Odù Ifá per day. Not that we'll just speak random Odù. We will come on the live streaming and divide. Today, we will ask Ifa, Oni o, ọjọ́ kìíní o, oṣù kìíní o, ọdún 2025 yìí o, àwa dafa kíni Ifá sọ fún wa lénìí, and then we talk about it, and then we do our Iwure. Now, different people, if you have any, if you have something that you have a challenging situation you are going through, you understand. If you have a challenging situation that you are going through, you can send it in with your name. Amaba indafa si amashiwure fún yín. Tabanche tutu tabanche bo amadaruko yín si. You understand? And then there are people to help Ifa ti ṣe wọ́n lóore. Let me tell you something. One of the major ways that religion sold themselves to us is through that thing they call testimony and review. That's how anybody sells anything. Now, Ifa has improved people's lives. People have received solutions in Ifa. People have received blessings in Ifa. And they want to come and tell the world, pé nǹkan tó rìṣà ṣe, Ifá mo dúpẹ́ o, orí mi mo dúpẹ́, Elédùmarè mo dúpẹ́, àwọn òrìṣà mo dúpẹ́ o, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ mo dúpẹ́ o, Ifá gbè mí, Elédùmarè gbè mí o, ìṣẹ̀ṣe gbè mí, èmi náà fẹ́ jáde wá sọ pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe gbè mí. Because most of the time, if you notice, people that come into Ifa and ìṣẹ̀ṣe that goes back to their roots is because they have a problem. And they did not find the solution in their religious organization. Nǹkan tó gbé most people lọ sínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe nìyẹn. Most people that go to all this Baba in the corner before internet came, people went there because, somebody says Ifa helps heal natural healings. Okay. People went there because they went around to look for solution in so many other places they did not find. Then they came to Ifa, they found the solution there and they stayed there. Someone is asking, yes, will this be uploaded on YouTube? Yes, all our videos are uploaded on YouTube. There will be a replay on YouTube. So just go to YouTube, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV, or click on the link in the bio of this page. Subscribe, turn on notifications so that when the replay drops, you will get it. We need to encourage people to talk about it. People are receiving solutions and answers to their prayers, and their life is changing through Ifa and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. But ìtìjú àtijọ́ síta. They don't want anybody to know that they are doing this. They don't want anybody to know that Ifa was the one that did it. And during the divination we had for this year, in the Odù Ifá, Ifa mentioned something. That Odù Ifá mentioned something. I read it on the live streaming. That Odù Ifá mentioned something. He says people that will receive blessings from Ifa, then go back outside and say it was another place that they got their blessing from. Ifa says, Ashiri won ma tún lọ́dún yìí. So this year, get ready to find out that, so this is where this person got their baby from. And they came to say, and Daddy Gio said, everybody that comes today will receive twins. You went to Ọ̀ṣun, ìdí Ọ̀ṣun ló lọ. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ló fún ẹ lọ́mọ, òrìṣà bèjì ló ṣe. Why are you people hiding it? Kí ló dé tẹ́ ń borí òrìṣà mọ́ra? Kí ló dé tẹ́ ń borí Ifá mọ́ra? Kí ló dé tẹ́ ń borí Elédùmarè mọ́ra? So we're going to be having that, right? And it's going to be coming up every day. It's going to be coming up every day. And we're going to title that program Ashe for Today. Ashe for Today. And it's going to be taking place only on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you will miss. So that is our own way of giving out, that will be our own morning devotion and prayer time, so to speak, in Ifa, for lack of better words in English. And it will be on every day. Every day. I mean, it's been almost 2 years that Ori has been telling me to do this, and I've been struggling with it. First of all, it is consuming. to show up on a live streaming 1 hour every day. It is demanding, it is consuming. But nǹkan tí orí bá ti léèyàn máa ṣe, ó máa ṣe ni. What if I said you will do it. Once you have done your Itefa and you find your purpose, you have to do it. So please, what is your own part in this? Your part in this is you are going to YouTube to subscribe, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV. You are going to subscribe and turn on notification. It's going to be 6 a.m. every day. 6 a.m. Nigerian time. That's going to be 1 a.m. on the EST. For those of you in some parts of US and Canada, it's going to be 1 a.m. now, and then later on change to 12 midnight. For those in UK, Europe, is the same time. So if you are on another time zone, you can catch a replay. Start your day with an Odù Ifá. Start your day with an Iwure. Start your day knowing what Ifa has for you. You have just come into Ifa. You don't even have the Odù Ifá book. You have not started learning. So is your life supposed to be in limbo between now and when you are going to start? It is 6 a.m. Nigerian time every day. 6 a.m. Nigerian time every day. So we are officially starting that on the 1st of August. Officially, we're going to start on the 1st of August. Now, we are still going to be having some test practice. You know, when you want to start a show, you say, testing, 1, 2. Microphone testing, 1, 2. I used to wonder why they used to call that thing testing, 1, 2. Why did they say 1, 2? Why can't they just say, is the microphone working? Why was it testing, 1, 2? So we are going to be having testing, 1, 2. 1, 2, testing the microphone. We're going to be having, the test to see how it's working, how our streaming will be going between now and the end of the month. So just turn on your notification on YouTube, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV. Tell your friends to tell your friends to tell their friends. Sorry, I missed that. Is it on YouTube? It's on YouTube. The YT channel. It's on YouTube, right? So we're going to be there. Now, I'm not going to be running that program alone, no. I'll be inviting different babalawos and Iyanifas, Iyalorishas, babalorishas from time to time. I'll be going to, if I have something to do in Ekiti, we will stream live that day from Ekiti, from the shrine of a babalawo, who would also do the divination for us and do Iwure for us. It will now become, you will see how the quality of your life will improve. Torí Ifá gan ló sọ, ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe rí ọ̀la ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ló mú babaláwo máa dífá ojoojúmọ́. The way today is, you cannot use the Odù Ifá for today to live tomorrow. Tomorrow is a different day. Ifá said it. Today might be different from tomorrow. That's why an Ifá priest is encouraged to do his divination every day. Now, give me the calendar. Now, another reason you should. This person said, I don't have anything to worry about. You would always inform me whether you have a program or not. Yeah, I always send broadcast messages to all my contacts on WhatsApp. So another reason we need to take this daily thing very serious is because most of you don't know that the Ose of our, first of all, a lot of you don't know that the Yoruba weekly calendar is a 4-day calendar, as against the Gregorian calendar that is 7 days a week. In the Yoruba calendar, we have 4 days make a week. Or we count it as 5 days. That's why we say Ojo Marun Marun. We count it as 5 days, including that day. Now, every day on Yoruba calendar is a day attributed to a certain Orisha. There is an Orisha that rules a certain day. And I am not talking about Monday is Ojo Aje. That one is Gregorian calendar. Ojo Aje is Monday. That's a 7-day a week. I'm talking about our own Orisha days according to our week. Take, for instance, today is Ose Ifa. In the Yoruba calendar, today is Ifa Day. And it's not only Ifa that today is attributed to, it's also a day that is given to Oshun. I will list out each of the Orisha that comes with each day for us. If you don't have the Yoruba calendar, please go to Ifa College website. You can download the Yoruba calendar from there. Ifa College website is ifacollege.ng. Please type it out. You can download the Yoruba calendar from the school website. Now, today is Ose Ifa. The other Orishas that holds today is Osoyin. Today is also Ose for Osoyin. Olokun, Olosa, Oshun, Aje, and Eshu. So today is Ose for Ifa, Oshun, Eshu, Aje, Olokun, Olosa, and Osoyin. 7 different Orisha Losenwoleni. The energies of those Orisha works well for today. So if you need anything for Oshun, Ojo Ose Oshun is your best bet to do Iwure that has to do with Oshun. You see all these little secrets that we don't know. Does that mean we cannot give Ebo to Oshun on any day? No. Does that mean we cannot give Ebo to Ifa for any day? No. Ma, you are going to be what's this? Very big. Remember also. You are also going to be big. But when you father pick up big, Orito ni kaluku yan, o big in your own right. Orita adenyan yen láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, a máa ṣe. Àmọ́ ilé ayé tá wá yìí, oríta yàn. Ìtí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó ń bẹ, Ifá bá wa tún ṣe. Ifá àtórí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, á bá wa tún ṣe. A dẹ̀ máa ṣe, a máa ṣe, a máa ṣe, a máa ṣe, ó máa yanjú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. So we are going to be doing that. And we're going to focus on each Orisha per their Ose. Let's go back to our roots, the way our roots is. Gone. You can give Oshun offerings any day, but there is a day that is set aside every week for Oshun. That is Ose Oshun, and is also Ose Ifa. Now, after the Ose Ifa, the next day that comes after that is Ose Ogun. So Ogun shares the same Ose with Ogun, Egbe, Ososi, and Oro. Àwọn òrìṣà yẹn, they all have the same day. Now, followed by that is Ose Shango or Ose Jakuta. So Shango and Yemoja, Oba, Oya, Aganju, and Bayoni, which is Dada, Orisha Dada, they all have the same Ose. Now, imagine that you know the Orisha that owns every day, and you appropriate that day to the Orisha. Imagine how better your life will be. I told you, Ifa is knowledge. Oh. You see that part of your Bible that says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Nothing can be truer than it if there's anything like that. The difference between you and where you want to be is not the amount of Ebo and Etutu or spiritual soap or prayer or mountain, is knowledge. The moment you have the knowledge that, today is Oseifa, let me do my Oseifa, let me sit down and speak to my Ifa today. Today is Ose Oshun. I have a sister who is seeking pregnancy. She's trying to conceive. Let me do Iwure for her today to Oshun, because today is the day that Oshun is most active in the Yoruba calendar. A lot of you don't know. Knowledge is progressive, so let's continue to receive knowledge. And the reason Ifa College is established is to give you that knowledge, to make sure you have that knowledge. Please keep tapping on your screen and keep your gifts coming in. Your gift is the encouragement that we have to help us show up every day. Knowledge reigns supreme. Knowledge is your access to power. Knowledge is life. The difference between me and you is the knowledge I have that you don't have. The difference between you that you have been paying somebody to apply for visa agents, and the person that applied for their own visa by themselves and got it, is the knowledge of what they know that you don't know. Knowledge is is the difference between you and the other person. So YouTube channel, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV, go there, subscribe, turn on notification. Every day, we will be live there. 1 hour per day, 6 to 7 a.m. Ní pẹ́ rárá. Odù Ifá for the day. Then we explain the Odù Ifá to you. What does Ifá want for today? Now, remember that Odù Ifá has different essay. So it doesn't mean that everybody that comes on the live streaming has the same instruction for the day. Different essay for different people. You will pick the one that has to do with you. And then we'll make our Iwure for that day. If you have any specific thing that you need the help of Ifa for, or you need Iwure for, you will send it in. That is the way our fathers used to do it. They all sit down together as a family and do their Ose. How can we view that? It is on YouTube. Please, can you post the YouTube channel so that they will get it? Or you click on the link in this bio. People sit down together. This person has this, that person has that. We speak to our Orisha Solodumare together. That is how it was. So it's not only significant with church people. No. It is an everyday practice. You bring Olodumare into your day. You bring Ifa into your day. Ifa is the voice of Olodumare. So as you bring an Odù Ifá into your day, you are bringing the words of Olodumare into your day. Ifa is the GPS of life. You are receiving GPS for every new day. It's not just when you have a problem. That's when you run to Ifa. Some of you, that's your style. Ifá is hit and run for you. You have a problem, you just go and you go. And you go. Don't worry, after this live streaming, I will post a video of where to get the Yoruba calendar from on the website, how to navigate it. I'll post it so that you can get it on the website. So some of you just wait. When you have a problem, then you come to, everything has scattered, oh, this and this and this. You get your solution. Then you run again. You go and live your life carelessly and aimlessly. No direction, no instruction. Then when you get into trouble again, that's when you remember, there's this Iyanifa that I met on TikTok 6 months ago. Then you come and, why? What kind of quality of life is that? Your life should be better than enter problem, find a solution. Enter problem, happen. Why don't you want a life that is seamless? A life that will give you warning of problem ahead so that you can avoid it. When I was in church, there was a particular family. While I was I think I was in Cross River State as an assistant pastor then. The woman will always come and give testimony of, they were inside the car. Then the car somersaulted 7 times. And nothing happened. Praise God. Then fire burnt half of their house. But their certificate did not burn. I used to... I don't want that kind of kineo. But what kind of testimony is that one? You cannot have a testimony of, so today in my business, I got a contract of 10 million. The next day it increased. Why must your own testimony come from? Everything wanted to scatter. Then you narrowly expect. What quality of life is that? Car that somersaulted 7 times. What don't you think? You are not coming to thank God. Everybody got born to. It was only me that is. What kind of trauma? You don't know the trauma that you go through when you experience 7 times somersaulting in a car. The fact that you escaped does not mean you are the person you were before you entered that car. Trauma. Those type of. So some people's quality of life is like that. They get into trouble, they look for solution. Get into trouble. Why can't you receive direction to not enter into trouble? Must your whole life always go in that direction? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Why can't your life have a forward, upward movement? If there is a little pitfall, little, and then you continue. Not you go like this, then it goes down. Then you now go up again, then it goes down. Yes, you are living life, but what quality of life? So let's go through life with direction. Now, this program is called Ashe for Today. Remember it. That's going to be our word. Now, why did we pick Ashe for today? Ashe is the energy, the power, the authority, the seal that Olodumare puts on everything that he approves of. So Olodumare is giving you Ashe for every day. When we pray, we say, Abba, ti alagemo ba da, òrìṣà òkè ló ń fi àṣẹ sí. Gbogbo ìwúre tá à ń ṣe, Abba là ń dá, òrìṣà òkè ló ń fi àṣẹ sí. Meaning that everything we have come to ask and to say and to wish for, it is just a, what do they call that thing in Senate House? What do they call it? Tí wọ́n bá ní ẹnìkan dábàá pé, adábàá pé, ó ní nǹkan kan tó máa ń pè ní English, àwọn Senate, what do they call it? Motion. So when you say you adaba, somebody moves a motion. So for everything we are saying, we are just moving motion. I move a motion that today is successful. I move a motion that today will be great. I move a motion that my business will move forward. Olodumare he will now put a seal on it. All in favor of the motion say aye. The ayes have it. Bam. You see that thing that the Senate president will do? Bam. Or the judge, that is the seal. So we are waking up every day to receive the Ashe for the day, the seal of what you have asked for, this stamp. Verified, authorized, you can go with it anywhere. They've stamped it, signed and sealed. Go and show it anywhere. It is approved. It's done. We are receiving that for every day. And you see, when we come to Ifa, remember I told you, we are not coming here to say, your blessing is coming. Our blessing is not coming. Our blessing is here. The ire is here. So we're going to be using 2 hashtags for this Ashe for today. Our first hashtag is my blessing is here. My blessing is here. Because Ashe changes everything. The Ashe of Olodumare, it changes everything. So once we start to, you would share the links for it, send the hashtags, share the links for it. My blessing is here, yes. Hashtag my blessing is here. Hashtag Ashe changes everything. The difference between what you have and what you don't have is Ashe. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ni Elédùmarè ló máa fàṣẹ sí. Télédùmarè ò bá fàṣẹ sí kò sí. There is nothing that will happen. Àṣẹ changes everything. So 2 hashtags. My blessing is here. Second hashtag, Àṣẹ changes everything. That's it. So we're going to start officially on the 1st, but between now and then, we'll be coming on the live streaming to test and see, to test and see. When you write hashtag, you write it as a single word. My blessing is here. Yes, please. Let's even start. Oh yeah. Comment section. Hashtag my blessing is here. Hashtag Àṣẹ changes everything. Changes. Àṣẹ changes everything. Yes. Easy luxury. You got it. My blessing is here. My blessing is here. You wake up every day and tell yourself your blessing is here. You are not waiting and hoping. That hope that is sold to us is a lie. We are waiting and hoping that God will do it. He's already here. We already have it here. My blessing is here. Because Àṣẹ changes everything. We are receiving Àṣẹ for every day. Let's take back our spirituality that they took from us. Let's take back our... Why are our people of color, Yoruba people of a strong spiritual heritage like this, why are they hopping from one pastor's live streaming to another? They are praying for this. We are begging for this. Oh, God will do it. Fire will fall down today. Earthquake will fall down tomorrow. Die by fire today. Holy Ghost fire. God will do it. Breakthrough. Breaking. You see that word breakthrough? Nothing upsets me as much as that word breakthrough. Where are you breaking through to? What are you breaking? You are breaking through into where? Everything that you need is here. You want to go to the beyond. If you want to break out of this world, you are going to the other side though. And nobody is ready to go to the other side. Everything you need is here. You are not breaking through everything. The only thing you need is knowledge that comes from the Odù Ifá will be sharing every day. And once you receive that knowledge, you receive your blessings and the Àṣẹ is on it. Good to go. Your day has gone. And then you are now wondering why the quality of life of our forefathers was way better than our own, even if we think that we have more things in the world that they did. Because they lived life with direction. Somebody has gone to ask Ifá, and Ifá says, you are destined to be a carpenter. He will sit down with that carpentry work and succeed there. He does not care what somebody else is doing as a bricklayer. If Ifá says you are going to succeed in this country where you are born, he sits down there and succeeds there. He's not looking for every opportunity to travel. The money that some of you have spent on Ibiti Won, you will now go to the abroad. 20 years, nothing to show. I lived in the US for so many years. I lived in UAE for a couple of years. I see Africans being stuck in this country. They don't have anything to take home. They don't have anything to write home about. Yes, other people are prospering there because it is not everybody that is supposed to be there. But how would you know when you don't even know what the Odù for you is? You don't know what the direction for you is. It is funny how every time somebody gets a visa, they go to church to give a testimony. Every visa is a miracle. God has answered our prayer. He has given us a visa. So you are telling me that God created you in this country so that you can run out of this country and go and succeed everywhere. Everybody that was created in Africa, the answer to their prayer is abroad. And every time somebody gets a visa, is hallelujah. Oh. Think about it. People are staying in their countries and they are succeeding like is bread and beans. But you need to know the one that works for you. You need to know. It's funny because, there are certain things that we need to break down and understand. Why is every visa approval a testimony? Some people will receive that visa. They will travel out. That flight that is taking them there is where their life will end in. Some of them will get there, get into trouble, meet the wrong person, here and there and there and there. They will eventually go back. Do you know how many people have packed up and gone back to their home country because nothing is working? Meanwhile, they sold property to go there and they have nothing to show for it. And the day they were leaving, somebody was giving a testimony in church saying, God has done it. Oh. How do we know whether it's God that did it or somebody just wants to go to where everybody is going? Abroad is now God has done it. It's funny if God is doing it for everybody in abroad. So was it a mistake that the rest of us were created here? Because some of us have to be here. It has to make sense that some people will succeed here, Sha. Nobody will ever take a visa denial as God answered my prayer. So why are we saying all of this? Ifá gives you direction for you as a person. Ifa gives you direction for you as a person. The fact that somebody else has received that direction does not mean it is for you. That's the difference between practicing Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, practicing Ifa, and jumping up from one foreign religion to another. Foreign religion sells you this idea that there is this one thing that works for everybody. And that's not the way it is. A set of twins can be born of the same father, same mother, identical. One of them will study medicine and succeed, and the other one will be a tailor and a fashion designer and succeed there. The doctor will be in Nigeria and make the most renowned discovery and success that there is. And the other one will go to Europe and become a great fashion designer that will work New York Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. A lot of us have been victim of it. Our parents just wake up one morning and say, I need you to become a doctor because it is our family lineage. Because, and then you went to school to study law and medicine and engineering. You became a pilot just because your parents think that is what is working for you. I prayed about it and God said this. There is nobody, at least when I was younger, there is no parents that ever prayed about it and they said their son should become a tailor. While I was younger, in the 80s. But see what people have become with skills now. So it is just for you to understand that there is no one straight jacket where everybody will walk through. There is no God that said it today and that is what is going to. No. The word for every day, for you as a person, per day, per time, that is how life works in reality. That is how life works in reality. And that is why you find out that you do not have so much of envy and jealousy with our forefathers that practice Ifa and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, because there is nothing to be jealous of. There is nothing to compare. When you gave birth to this child, you did a Akosejai for this child. This is the line of this child. This is the line of the other person. We are doing what Oria has asked us to do. All I am concerned about is fulfilling the things that was said for me in Akosejai. What my mother and my father is concerned about is to make sure that I am what Olodumare said I was when they told them in the Odù Ifá. They are not concerned about the fact that somebody's child has built a house. That is why you find out that until recently, when life became what it is, Yoruba people are not people that treat you based on your success. Yoruba people don't do it. We have a major tribe in Nigeria that your respect is tied to how much money you are making. Before this time, Yoruba people, you are a young man. You just came from somewhere. You bought a new car. Then there's one Baba that is on your street who doesn't have money. He's just living in his unpainted bungalow. You will come out of that car and prostrate, lie on the floor and greet that Baba. He's not the one that will come and meet you because you have brought a car. Because your car is your car. Your success is your success. It's not a measurement for the Baba. That was how we were back in the day. Yoruba people, I'm not talking about people that are from the other side of the south. Those ones. Life is measured in money. But sincerely speaking, so we said all of that to say that let every one of us join the program every morning to receive the Odù Ifá for the day, to make Iwure for the day. You are growing yourself in Ifa. The same way when you got to church, you went to Sunday school. When you were born into Islam, you went to Arabic school. Ilé kéwú, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ school, ẹ̀ ń lọ ilé kéwú lójoojúmọ́. That is how you became the Christian and the Muslim that you are. The only way you are going to grow in Ifa and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe is to learn this thing on a daily basis, practice it. Then you start to look at the quality of your life. When you started practicing Ifa every day, when you started listening to the instructions of the Odu every day, when you start doing the Iwure the right way every day, you look at the quality of your life and you look at where you are coming from. Then you will be able to say to yourself that, Ifa gbè mí tóòtọ́, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe gbè mí, àwọn aláṣekù gbè mí. So this is how we are going to be able to put into every day. Now, one of the things that you are going to realize when we start this program, we hear a lot of people say, oh, science is in Ifa, computer is in Ifa, binary and algorithm is in Ifa, physics is in Ifa. There was one video from late Professor Sophie Oluwole, where she talked about the latest discovery of physics, which was what did she call it? She said the latest discovery of physics, which was particle physics. She said it has been discovered in Ifa. Now the question is, why is it that we Yoruba, practicing Yoruba people, the only thing we discover in Ifa is how to do sacrifice and appeasement, how to do Moshe at Ewe, how to mix Ewe leaves together. Thank you very much. Particle physics. Why is that the only thing that we are discovering in Ifa? Because most of us, the thing that we know about Ifa is just what somebody is telling us. And the reason you have come to Ifa is because you have a problem. So the only thing you are interested in is how to fix the problem you have, which is revolving around the spirituality of Ifa. But there is more to it. Now, as we study this together every day, people with intellectual minds, you will see those things, those discovery of medicine and physics and chemistry that is in Ifa, that they are saying that is there. You will see it. You that you are, your first degree or your master's is in communication. As we continue to open one essay of Odù Ifá per day, you will find something that is there and you will come on the program to say, so this is this. You will be able to use it to improve that side of your career. If you are somebody that you studied computer and IT like me, my first degree, my bachelor's was in computer engineering tech. When I picked up the Odù Ifá, I saw a lot of things in Odù Ifá and I was like, I had even seen them before I saw videos of professors of science and mathematics making videos about algorithm, recursive algorithm. I saw it in Odù Ifá that day and I read it to somebody and the person was like, I don't understand what is. I said, you cannot understand. If you spend 5 years studying computer in school, you will know this is the law of recursive algorithm. It is there. As we continue to learn this thing, that's where we will find it. It will not just jump out of it. The people that saw particle physics in Ifa, what can they be? It did not work out of Ifa into them. They did not go and do a divination and Ifa said this is particle physics. They read it with this human mind knowledge that you and I have. It's time for us to start to do it so that they will not come and it's always the West that we point us to. We will now say, they took it out of Ifa, they took computer out of it. They did not take it, it's still there. They did not take it. Did they remove it? They did not remove it. They read it, they saw it, and they applied it. They got people to read and interpret. Yes, it is for us, it is with us. They will go and use it, then they will bring it back to us. I explained to you. He has not brought it. It's on the bed in my room. Let them bring it. And then tell somebody to go into the office and bring the Ikinfa. I was explaining to you in my video that I talked about the different forms of divination in Ifa. If you didn't see that video, please go and watch that video. I will pick a part of that video to explain to you. These are the things that we need to learn about Ifa. So the program I share for today is not just another prayer. Oh, let's go there and pray. We are looking at it. It's more than that. Ifa is more than just prayer. Ifa is more than Iwure. Ifa is more than my personal life got better. Ifa contains a whole lot more than that. And we need more and more people to see it. So now that we have made it compulsory, that we will both be looking at it every day, you will see something in it that resonates with you based on the knowledge of where you are coming from. You will see it, you would understand it. And it might be you, the next discovery that is going to come out of Ifa, maybe in physics, in IT, in chemistry, in medicine, it might just come from you. But you will not know it until you pick it up. So we will be compulsorily picking it up every day. Now, when I was teaching about the different forms of Ifa divination, I mentioned certain things. And those things, you will be able to see how it has to do with life now. Who is bringing the Ikin for me? You can bring it too. Just go into the office. Knock the office door. You'll see it there. It is in a calabash. Small calabash. Then who is bringing the okpele? No. I would show you how we went from using Ikinfa to using okpele, and how we could have continued improving on that to design our own computers. See, let me explain something to you that so many of you don't understand. China this, China that, China today, China tomorrow. Look at the culture of the Chinese people. Look at their acceptance of their own spirituality. Listen to me again. Look at the culture of the Chinese. Look at their acceptance of their spirituality. Look at their acceptance of their roots, of their heritage. and you are wondering why China is going in the direction that is going, no problem. Look at how they are evolving with everything. For those of you that know them, that live with them, that stay among them, you will know the part that their spirituality has played. Chinese medicine, Chinese traditional medicine, CTM, can stand side by side with orthodox medicine. Herbs that come out from China, we see them. An average African will buy Chinese herbs before they buy their own local herbal medicine. We will buy it, then we will market it for them with the hope of, if you bring somebody to bring somebody to bring somebody, you win a car, free trip. You see what they are doing with it? Yet we are here. This is how we are all going to learn. It's a mandate for all of us. Now, I was explaining to you about the divination tools. We have this and we have this. What is this one called? If you know what this is called, let me know. Let me be Odù Ifá Ẹwà. Right, help me bring it. Then turn off the fan so that I couldn't. Please, what is this? If you know what this is called, let me know. It's called Ikin. Well, King Pele Kuro. Ẹni tó bá fojú àná wò kú, ẹbọra bọ láṣọ ni o. Ẹni tó bá fojú èkùrọ́ wo ìkin, má jẹ́ ká sọ délẹ̀. This is Ìyánífá. Ìyánífá is made from palm kernel nuts. This is what originally was used for Ifá divination, and we still do. This was what Ọ̀rúnmìlà gave when he was living for us to do Ifá divination. I said that story in details on my YouTube channel. It was a live streaming video. It's on my YouTube channel, the different divination system. Now, when you do divination with this, you have, before you can get one stroke, one line like this, you have to do several divinations. Over the years, we redefined it to this Okpele. Now, with Okpele, in just one stroke, we can get the responses, we can get the answers that we need in Okpele with just one stroke. Okpele will give us the same results Ìyánífá will give us, but Okpele is faster. Okpele is easier to carry about. Okpele can be done by anybody. Ìyánífá needs you to hold all these 16 in your hand. 16. Then you put the 16 in your hand. Then you'll be doing like this. You try to hold it up. You see how many your hand can take. If it is 2 that drops, you put 1. You write 1 on your Odù Ifá. This is your Odù Ifá. The powder in it is called Ìyánífá. So with that 2 now, we make 1 mark in our Odù Ifá. Then we will try it again. We would take it out of our hand again. This one is 3, is null. We only need 2 and 1. Then we try it again. This one is 3, is null. Now you see how many we have tried now that we could not write anything. We try it again. See how many this one is. Now imagine that the person that is holding this, their palm is not even as big as my own. Do you know the number of times they try it before they can successfully get 8 marks? Because we are only looking for 2 and 1. Now that is for the Okpele. But with the Ìyánífá, that's for the Ìyánífá. But with the Okpele, with just one throw like this, we have our answer. We have all 8. Now this is an improvement of from this to this, a technological advancement. Imagine that we kept on advancing on Okpele. We would have gotten to computer and to mobile phone. Yoruba, we would have gotten there. Because the binary on which this is built, 1 and 0, 1 and 0, is the binary on which computer and IT, everything was built. If we continued. If we did not limit our Ifá to just Ètùtù and Ẹbọ, sacrifice and appeasement, we would have gotten there. Now, I told you, I was explaining to you what this Ìyẹrẹ-Ọ̀ṣun is that day. Very important. It is science. The reason we put this particular powder, Ìyẹrẹ-Ọ̀ṣun, the reason we put this is science. It could have been any other powder, but I will explain to you today why it is this powder. Now, for those of you that grew up with babalawos around you, ewé tí wọ́n ti ń já ìyẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí is from the back of a tree. That leaf, the fresh new leaf from it, àwọn babaláwo máa ń já, wọ́n máa ń jẹ ogun ìsọ̀yè ni. It is like a brain booster. It helps with your memory. It helps you to retain. Look for Google Ìyẹrẹ-Ọ̀ṣun and find out the scientific name for Ìyẹrẹ-Ọ̀ṣun and what it does put the combination, the scientific combination of not the Iyere but that tree, the scientific combination of that tree, put it together and put a brain boosting substance together. That's what is inside it. Now, it helps with your memory. When we are going to do our divination, after we have picked this, we will have marks like this. Take, for instance, we have done one. This one is 2. This one is 1. This one is 1. This one is 2. This one is 1. This one is 1. This one is 1. Now we have 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. That is an Odù. Now, this Odù Ifá will speak to someone. And it die fine. Imagine that what we have is a Jiogbe now. Imagine that we have a Jiogbe 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then Babalawo says, Odù Ifá a Jiogbe ni. Then we pick one SF4 from Odù Ifá a Jiogbe. And then we recite that essay for the person and explain the things in that essay. Let me see one of the essay of Ejiobe that we can talk about. It says, Orí sáwo títí orí gbadé, ọrùn sáwo títí ọrùn gbèjìgbà ìlẹ̀kẹ̀. Ìbàdí ló sáwo títí tó gba. What's that question? Ìbàdí ló sáwo títí tó gba ọ̀pára ọba. Wọ́n ní àwọn mẹ́ta ni wọ́n dá Ifá fún. Wọ́n dáfá fún orí, wọ́n dáfá fún ọrùn, wọ́n dáfá fún ìbàdí. Ìgbà tí wọ́n dáfá fún wọn, wọ́n ní ẹbọ ni kán rú. Wọ́n ń ṣe ẹrú níbìkan lọ́wọ́ ni, wọ́n wà lóko ẹrú, wọ́n wá dá Ifá fún wọn. Wọ́n ní nínú àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, orí nìkan ló dúró lẹ́yìn tó ń ṣe ẹbọ. Ìgbà torí dẹ̀ ṣe, ó gbadé. Orí ló wá di adé tó fi wá di pé kò sí ọba kankan tí ó lè ṣe nǹkan kan lẹ́yìn orí. Now, let me explain that. That Odù Ifá was done for 3 people. Orí, ọrùn, and ìbàdí. That is the head, the neck, and the waist. The 3 of them were in a slave master's house. And they came to do a divination saying, how can we come out of this? Ifá says they should do ẹbọ. Ori was the only one that listened and continued to do ẹbọ, and Ori received the crown. Which is why no matter how high a king is, he cannot install somebody as a king or do anything for anybody aside from the Ori. If your Ori does not pick you, an Oba can just not stand from somewhere and say, this is what I want to do. Ori has to be involved before even an Oba can give authority. Now, that is the Odù. He says in this Odù that whoever it is that we divine this Odù for, that person was made to be a head, but the person is in a situation where he's suffering like a slave. Ifá says the person should give ẹbọ to their Ori regularly so that they can become the head again. An opportunity will come that will take them from that situation to a situation of leadership. Then Ifá says they should do ẹbọ to Ori. Now, I'm the Iyanifa, I've done this divination for someone, and then I put it down. Somebody else comes again, I want to do a divination for the person. What do you think is going to happen to this, the powder, the Iyere powder? What do you think is going to happen to the Iyere powder? Mr. Yotunde Eshegonisa, I want to use this same Okpon Ifa, this same wooden tablet to do a divination for somebody else. This, the Iyere that I used, what do you think is going to happen to it before I do a divination for somebody else? Please let somebody answer. Ejo. Tá bá ti dáfá tán báyìí lórí Okpon Ifá yìí, mo ti dáfá fẹ́ nìkan tán èjì ògbè la dá o. Kí la máa ṣe? Báwo la ṣe máa dáfá fẹ́ lòmíì? What am I going to do? Somebody says we clean it off. You mean that we clean off the marks, right? Okay, so we have cleaned off the marks. Then what do we do when we clean off the marks? We just continue to do a divination. Is that what you are saying? Please, we will scatter it. Okay, yes, I just did that. Then we continue to do a divination. We shake it. Okay, I'm hearing different. Now, let me tell you what a Babalawo does. This Okpon that is there, we will take it out and keep it somewhere. We will take it out and keep it somewhere. Now, when the person is going to do ẹbọ, we have to pour this Iyere Osun on top of the ẹbọ. Have you ever seen a Babalawo doing ẹbọ and pouring the Iyere Osun on the Okpon Ifa? Wọ́n dà sórí ẹbọ. Have you seen it before? The Babalawo will take the Iyere Osun like this and he will sprinkle it on the ẹbọ. Have you seen that before? Let me know. Have you seen it before? They pack the Iyere Osun, then they take it and they put it on the ẹbọ and the etutu that you're about to take. Have you seen it before? Have you seen it done before. You have seen it done before. Okay, Mr. Yotunde said no. Somebody said yes. You have seen it done before. Now, why do you think they do that? It is not spiritual meaning. It is simple science. Remember that I told you that the tree from which this is taken, it is known to help to boost the memory. It keeps memory. It helps your memory to retain things. It retains information. That is what your memory does. Now, this Iyere is the one that is retaining the information of the Odù. That Odù mark that we did on it, Iyere is the one that carried that information. We wrote it on it. It's like a letter, paper that we wrote something on. So when we have written it on a paper, and Iyere Ifa has told us the Odù and the Ebo, we take the letter. It's like you want to send something to someone now. Take, for instance, you want to send different, you have cooked different food substances. You have cooked different dishes. Jollof rice, fried rice, yam and egg, ikokore, asaro. You have cooked so many things. Then you want to send it to different places. You now write a note and you say, this is for Mrs. B. You fold it, you sellotape it on it. Take this one outside. Now, they've started for the dispatch rider. What's the dispatch rider going to check? When he gets to their house to drop it, he's going to check the name that is written on that paper with the biro. Iyere is the memory retaining, it's a memory retaining tree. It has the substance and the chemicals and the composition to retain information, to boost your memory. Òun ni àwọn babaláwo ṣe máa ń já ewé ẹ̀, fresh green leaf from the tree. Babalawos will cut it and eat it. It helps them to remember the things they are learning as they go on, all their years of learning to become a babalawo. So we have written the Odù. We will put it together and we will pour it on that ebo. Amagbesi di Eshu. When Orisha Eshu goes there, he sees the Odù that we have written on this Iyere to know that Odù Eji Ogbe ni tí wọ́n dá fún lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá òun lẹbọ eléyìí. He takes it with your name and your Odù. It is a letter that we wrote on paper and biro. Owo la fi kọ. Iyere is the one that retains the information. And then we give it, put it on the ebo, and it should take it along. Simple as that. It is pure science. There is nothing spiritual about it. But how will you know if you do not study? How would you know if you do not study? The first time that I visited one of my spiritual fathers, and he was talking to me about the trees, he was showing me different trees, the palm tree from which they got the Ikin, the tree from which they got Opele, and the one from which they got the Iyere. Somebody says you don't understand. If you don't understand, go and watch the full video on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV, please post the YouTube channel. And go and watch the full video. Does any other person understand what I'm saying now? You understand what I just said? Iyere is like his letter, paper and biro. We have written 11111. And then you are going to do your ebo. You pour the Iyere on top of the ebo because the Iyere is the one that has carried. We have written the letter. It's like a paper that you have written letter. And then you put it on the product and tell dispatch rider, take this one there. When dispatch rider gets there, he cannot remember from his head that all of this is all of this. He checks what is written on. And she will check the Iyere to that's it. That's the reason they put it there. It's no spiritual meaning. It's not mystic. It's just pure science. If we had continued on that, we would have graduated into so many things. Everything about Yoruba spirituality and Ifa can be explained scientifically. People will ask, you people will have Orisha in your house. Ogun, they will be pouring palm oil on Ogun. Do you know the items we use to symbolize and represent Ogun is metal? When you pour oil on metal, what does it do? It lubricates it. When you pour oil on metal, it lubricates it. It's pure science. There's nothing fictitious about it. You should be able to understand the fact and apply it to your everyday life. There's nothing demonic and hush. There's only a few people that can understand. As long as you have brain, you can understand the fact. It's not just the babalawos that are supposed to, which is the problem with a lot of people. The responsibility of understanding Ifa, knowing Ifa, you have put it on the babalawo. So when your babalawo gives you 2-line response, then you go somewhere and you say, and the babalawo did not even tell me. Everything you are telling me, the babalawo did not tell you. He was not under an obligation to tell you. You are the one that was under an obligation to go and find out. Accountability and responsibility. So you are going to join me every morning 6 to 7. Let's start to learn. All of those philosophy is inside Ifa, science is inside Ifa, physics is inside Ifa, yeah, biology is inside Ifa, medicine is inside Ifa. Let's come and learn it every day by ourselves. Yes, Ifa will guide us through our everyday life. Ifa will help us solve our problem. Ifa will direct us through life. But the other things that Olodumare gave to us, if you understand what Ifa is, you will know that the Yoruba race is, I dare to say, is the most blessed tribe on earth. If you know what Ifa is, if you know how people are being paid to read in Yoruba and explain Ifa in the West, not that people want to practice it as a form of religion or spirituality, for them to be able to use it for groundbreaking inventions, to solve real life problem, you will be surprised what was given to you. Is there a book you can buy? Yes, there are so many books you can buy out there that has a combination of different Odù Ifás. But beyond just reading it, you need somebody that can explain. Because when you read it, it's like you're reading parables and stories. Really. It's like you're reading parables and stories if you read it, right? But it goes beyond that. You need to sit down and learn to understand how to break it down. And it takes more than one person. This thing is not a one-person thing. That is why we need to have a forum like the Ashe for today. We are all reading it. We are all learning. We are all discovering things. Like I was saying, when I went to my spiritual father's house and he was explaining the Iyerelsu, the leaves and the properties of memory boosting that it has, I sat down and I looked at it and I went into Odù Ifá. Odù Ifá tí wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Iyerelsu gangan. And I read it. I called him back and said, so this is the reason why Iyerelsu is being used. He said, yes. He said, how did you know? I said, I listened to what you said about that tree. And I went back into Ifa, into Odù Ifá that talks about Iyerelsu. And I saw it. And then you will be able to find out. So if Iyerelsu can carry memory for spirits, then you will wonder why, as our Babalawos were eating the leaves of that tree, they can recite as many Odù Ifá as possible. The knowledge, the ebo, the etutu, yet one of you called them illiterates. So it means that if that can help them, you as a student that is going to school, if you take that leaf and eat it, we should be able to come together, process that leaf into maybe capsule form or tea form or tablet form. You can take it. Exactly. Thank you very much. That's the word I've been looking for. Ìsọ̀yè Ifá, but kò ń ṣe Ifá nìkan ló ń sọ iye èèyàn sí. Ó máa sọ iye sí everything in life. It's not only Odù Ifá that it helps you to remember. It helps you to remember everything. How did you think our fathers and forefathers passed on the knowledge of Ifá verbally from one generation to another? And it was not lost till today. How many years ago did we first start writing it down? It was passed on verbally. All this spiritual recipe, egun ọṣẹ, aogun, aomu ọṣẹ mẹ́ta, àti ewé, àmú ewé àbámọ́dá mẹ́ta, ewé àkókò mẹ́ta, àágún mọ́ ẹyin mẹ́ta, àti kinní kan. We grind them together. That recipe was not written down several centuries ago. It was passed on verbally. The man will remember, his child will remember, he will tell his own children and his great-grandchildren. That is how we still got those recipes till today, and it's still working. Because their memory was retaining a lot of things. They got it from that tree. Imagine now sitting down and then putting that tree into, that leaf, into capsule form. And as a student, you are taking it every morning. And somebody will say, Ogun Isoye, kò ń ṣe Ogun in the sense of spiritual Ogun. It's just pure herbs. It's just pure science. So let's make it a date, Ashe for today. Our hashtag is what? If you remember what our hashtag is, let me know. First of all, what's the name of our program, our daily program that we're about to start, where we'll be learning Odù Ifá for the day and we'll be doing Iwure for the day. What's the name of the program? What did we tag that program? Let me know if you can remember. Some of you need Ogun Isoye. We need the soye. I need the Gondada. What's the name of the program? What did I say that program is going to be? Okay. Ashe for today. Thank you so much. Ashe for today. You do? Okay, it's Ashe. You need Ogun Soye. We are plenty. We are plenty people that need it. Ashe for today. And what is our hashtag? My blessing is here now. The blessing that this world needs is here with us now.
the blessing that is going to revive the technology of Nigeria of life is with us now. The direction we are supposed to go, Kilu Ile Rogbo, it is inside Odù Ifá o. Inú Odù Ifá ló wà o. People ask, we don't even understand what is. We don't understand. Everything that we need for life is inside the Odù Ifá. It contains everything. And we are sitting with it. And yet we are living like a people who is lost and looking for some faded color people to save us. No, now we have it. Before we step outside to say we are going to look for some, let's explore the one that we have. Please post the WhatsApp number. Let's explore the one that we have. Like the Chinese people have done. Let's sit with our culture, our tradition, our spirituality, our own knowledge and explore it. If you know the number of Americans that are relocating to China now, China is now the new abroad. If you go there with children and your children come into the Chinese educational system, your children have made it in life. There's nobody that enters into China that can be broke. There's just one business you do, sha. There's something to sell, something to recreate, something to manufacture. There's just something. You think that happened to them by chance? No, it didn't. What China is doing right now, India should be doing it side by side. But do you know why? Westernization that entered into India is the difference between India and China. For those of you that have knowledge, you understand what I just said right now. Colonization is the difference between Chinese herbal medicine and Indian herbal medicine should be able to compete side by side on the same level and would have moved wide and far. They are a country or countries that is blessed with herbs. I buy herbs from India, a whole lot. But the difference between a colonized country and the one that is not, story for another day. IFA contains science, metaphysics, religion, lifestyle, entertainment, business, accounting, medicine. I'm adding more to your list. Psychology, philosophy, mental health, relationships, politics, anything you can think of is in IFA. Everything, spirituality. Mama, talk about binary, which is the language computer use. If they teach us with IFA. We have a course at the IFA College, IFA and Computer Science. So if you want to know more about that, go to the website of IFA College, ifacollege.ng, and register for IFA and Computer Science. So we have come to the end of the teaching for today. And on this teaching for today, this is what we have. Yeah, post the website. Ashe for today is the new feat that we have made. That's the website for those of you that need the website for IFA College. Post the WhatsApp number for people that need it. So aside from just teaching you about IFA, I'm an Iyanifa. I do IFA divination, IFA consultation. You have a problem, you need answers to certain questions. I do divinations. I do IFA divination. This is my Okpele that I used to do divination. That's my Okpo IFA and my IFA. I do divinations. We do Itefa and Ishefa. Your spiritual work, you want to buy spiritual products, anything that has to do with IFA and spirituality. Just send the message via the WhatsApp number that is now pinned. Royal Arts posted the WhatsApp number and then send the message. You want to register at the IFA College. At the moment, we have, I think, about 8 courses at the IFA College, if I'm not mistaken. We have the 256 Odù Ifá Mastery course, where you will learn 2 essays from the Odù Ifá Leyo Konkon. Are you on that Telegram group where I put the 256 Mastery Odù? Check. So we have the 256 Mastery Odù Ifá course where you learn 2 essays from each Odù. Emma Koboshin Ki Odù. How we recite the Odù. I recited the Odù that time and everybody was, it sounded good. You learn how to, when is the program on YouTube starting? And what's the handle? Please post the YouTube channel. And you see, just turn on your notification, right? So it's officially starting on the 1st of August. But between now and then, we'll be testing the program, we'll be testing a lot of things with the live streaming. Just like we started here before it became fully every week. So we'll be testing a lot of things, our locations, our gadgets, a lot of things that we'll be using, trying to see how we can, just to test the whole program. So we'll be doing that in and out between now and what's it called? Have you posted the between now and 1st of August. But by 1st of August, officially we'll be starting every day. That Shedumari will not miss a day. So we have, the 256 IFA mastery course. For those asking for the YouTube channel, just pinned it now. Royal Arts just pinned it now. So 256 IFA mastery course. We have that. We have IFA studies. That's a course where you learn about the religion and spirituality that is in IFA. Then, and we have IFA studies for adults and children. We have Yoruba studies for adults and children. So your children can register for IFA studies. They can register for Yoruba studies. Then we have Orisha, herbalism and traditional medicine. That is no, we don't do physical teaching. IFA College was established solely to bridge the gap of people that want to learn IFA and they cannot be there in person physically. They are on a different time zone. They have busy work schedule in life. That is what IFA College was built solely for. So it's an online learning platform. We are working and, gradually moving step by step to being approved by NUC as the first private online university of IFA and Yoruba studies in the world. The first one, very first one. And we know that last year, Idumari, it is going to be, we're going to be able to do it. So if you need to learn IFA physically, you can reach out to, there's so many Babalawos that have schools where you can go to their place, arrange something with them. But for IFA College, we focus online for people that are busy, people that are on different time zones, so that you don't have any excuse again. That is why it was set up. So we have the 256 Odù Ifá mastery course. We have the Erin Dilogun studies that focuses on divination using the cowrie shells, the 16 Odù. That's a course. Learn how to do divination with Erin Dilogun. Then we have the IFA studies for adults, IFA studies for kids. Please post the website. Then we have Yoruba studies. Post it now. Let me tag it and pin it. We have Yoruba studies for kids. We have Yoruba studies for adults. Right. We have IFA and computer science. That's another short course. Then we have Orisha, herbalism and traditional medicine. That's the arm of IFA College where you learn traditional medicine as it was given to our Orishas and as we practice it in contemporary everyday life. Now, it is under that course, when you have completed your program, you would also be registered as a member of the Nigerian Association of Medical Herbalists. Some people don't even know that there is a Nigerian Association of Medical Herbalists. Some people don't know that there is a Department of Alternate and Complementary Medicine under the Ministry of Health in Abuja. Some people don't know. Federal Ministry of Health in Abuja has a department called Alternate and Complementary Medicine. It is under there that people like me, I'm registered as a traditional medicine practitioner. Yes, I'm a licensed traditional medicine practitioner in Nigeria, licensed to practice traditional medicine in Nigeria. So when you register for Orisha herbalism and traditional medicine, you will learn all of that, and then you'll be guided to how to set up your own traditional medical clinic, how to register it, how to set up your products, your production, getting NAFDAC registration, being certified and approved in Nigeria to practice traditional medicine. And then we learn it in contemporary way. In our course, you will learn pharmacology is part of what you are going to learn. How to package, quality control and standardization is part of the course you are going to learn. So you're not just learning how to make herbal products in a wishy-washy way, to make it up to standard that is approved by the Federal Ministry of Health in Nigeria. And then we have another course, Oshun Fertility and Midwifery. Now, this narrows down medicine under reproductive health, fertility health for both male and female, prenatal health, postnatal health, and a little bit of pediatric health as given to Orisha Oshun and how you can practice it in contemporary everyday life. I'm also a certified traditional birth care attendant. That's what we are called in Nigeria. Traditional fertility healthcare providers are called traditional birth care attendants in Nigeria. I'm also certified by the Federal Ministry of Nigeria, Federal Ministry of Health in Nigeria to practice as a traditional medicine practitioner. So my journey in Ifa and Isheshe and in herbalism and spirituality started a long time ago. I went through it, I learned it, I got certified on every level. While I was receiving my certifications and setting up was when I set up the Hewa Herbs and Fertility Center. It's a licensed fertility healthcare providing institution, and then we have herbal products, herbal remedies for different things, fibroids, tube blockage, low sperm count, hypertension, diabetes, PCOS, infections, viral infection, different things, arthritis, blood pressure, all of them NAFDAC approved. You understand? So this journey I'm taking you through, I've been there. I didn't just go and read one book and then say, let's duplicate. You understand? So if you want to join that, you could also be a part of that, right? So while we have short courses and long courses, some of our courses are 13 weeks, some 25 weeks, some 1.5 years. It depends on the course you are coming in for. So that is IFA College for you in a nutshell. Somebody is asking, can I get discounting if I'm registering for 2 courses? Just go to the website. You'll be directed to the admissions office. Your admission officer or advisor would advise you. If you can make 2 courses at the same time, the admission office will take care of that. So just go to the website. Somebody is asking for location. My location is Nigeria. If you need anything, send the message on WhatsApp. Then I'll be able to tell you this is what you need and this is where you need it. I work from different shrines. I like to work from the Ojubo Orisun of the Orisha. So if I'm doing any work for you that has to do with Oshun, I like to go to Oshun River and do it there. So that's why I'm not one of those babalawos that says, oh, come and sit down, come and meet me in my house, sit down, let's talk. No. What do you want to do? Once I've done a consultation for you online and I know what to do, what do you want to do? You want to do Itefa, you will meet me at the Igbodo. We'll do your Itefa. You want to do something with Oshun, you'll meet me at the Oshun River. You want to do something with another Orisha, you meet me in Ikiti, where the Ojubo of that Orisha is. That's how I work. So I've pinned the WhatsApp number again. If you have any questions that I have not answered, do let me know before we, please let me turn on the fan and take this one back. Before we round off. So for those of you that was asking, how do we pray in IFA? Demonstrate it for us. We finish our program every day by having Iwure. So this is what we are going to be doing next. If you do not have any questions, let's go into our Iwure. Please let me pour it in. Let's go. And just pour it out and pour the drink there. Let's go into our Iwure if we do not have any questions. So our share for today is our program that is going to be starting. IFA is about to take over the world. IFA ti gba ayé lọ ọ̀gbẹ̀rì ní ọmọ. Any certificate after the course, of course. Your certificate, okay, take for instance, Orisha Herbalism and Traditional Medicine, Oshun Fertility and Midwifery. Your certificate is what will be requested of you before you can get licensed to practice and before the Federal Ministry of Health of Nigeria can give you a certificate of practice. You will need certificate from where you are trained, which is IFA College. So do we give certificates here? So there are some courses that don't need certificates. Some people don't want it. Some people like IFA and Yoruba studies. Some people just learn it for personal. So if the course you are taking requires a certificate, yes. And if you personally require it, some people don't want it, but you will get all of that during the admission process. The course advisor will tell you more about that. How safe is it to practice alpha? First of all, it's not to patronize an alpha. Oh, sorry. How safe it is? I don't know anything about alpha. It's like you're coming to ask a Yoruba man, how safe is it to eat dog? We don't eat dog where I come from. I don't know anything about it. I don't know alpha. Mi ò dé mọ́ṣáláṣí rí. Mi ò bá wọn pé alhamdulillah. And the course, and all the courses, yes, all the courses at IFA College is online. IFA College is a purely online course. Everything is online. Everything is online. Yeah. Can I chat you privately? Please send the WhatsApp number. Any other questions before we round up? Any other questions before we round up? Any other questions before we round up? Yes, you can chat me privately. The WhatsApp number will be posted on the screen now, and then we will pin it. Àṣebá mo ṣe laboru, mo ṣe laboye, mo ṣe labo ṣiṣẹ́ o, mo ṣe ogbo àtọ fún gbogbo àwa tá wà lórí live streaming látàárọ̀. Nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ tí ń gbọ́ mi, mo kí yín o, mo ní onírúṣe, ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wa jẹ́ náà ẹ kú àìbínú, ẹ ṣé o. Èmi náà ni ọ̀rẹ́ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín, Ìyánífá Awóbánkẹ́fà tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Ìyánífá Ẹwà. Lórí ìkànnì IFA College náà la tún wà lénìí lórí TikTok tí a tún ti ń ṣe bá ṣe ń ṣe, àti fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ifá, ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òrìṣà àti ọ̀rọ̀ Elédùmarè àti fi kọ́ra wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, àti kọ́ nǹkan àbí méjì kan tá a lè máa múlò lójoojúmọ́ bá a dẹ̀ ṣe ń kọ́. Ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀ àti òye tá a nílò láti fi lò ó kó fi gbè wá, Elédùmarè á bá wa ṣe. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á bá wa ṣe, Ifá á bá wa ṣe. All I just said right now was thank you very much for joining from home, abroad, those in the diaspora. And for you that is watching a replay, I really do appreciate. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time a new video is dropping, you will be the first to know. If you haven't followed Ifá College, you're on this live streaming, follow Ifá College now. That's the only way you will not miss next week when we have our program. Thank you so much. Everything we have learned, Ifá will continue to make it easy for us to remember and to practice it, and it will make a huge difference in our lives. Eshegoni. Let's wrap up today by doing our Iba. Amasheba fun Eledumare. Amashe Iwure. So we are going to make Iwure. For those of you that want to learn at least one or two things, Emafitiko, Eyokon abi meji nibe, please post the WhatsApp number again. If you have any other questions I have not responded to, the WhatsApp number will be there. I will click on yes. The WhatsApp number was just posted now by Royal Art. Thank you very much for all our gifters. Oh, Eshegoni, Afojudin, Modupe, Aje Agbeyin, Aje Akunyin lowo, Malaje lowo ni ni lorun. Aje will stay with you. Aje will increase your sources of income. Lashe Edumare. From everywhere that you are bringing the money out from, Aje will replenish it to you. Tori, kò sẹ́ni tó bá òrìṣà dòwò pọ̀ tí ò rere ń bẹ. Nobody has ever invested their money or partnered their money to support Ifa, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, and the Orishas and did not get a reward. Ifa will reward us, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe will reward us beautifully and positively. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá. Àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Àṣèbà Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé. Àṣèbà àwọn tó ti lọ ká tó lọ. Àṣèbà àwọn tó tẹ̀lú yìí dó. Àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Ajagunmalè olúwo òde ọ̀run àṣèbà. Àṣèbà olúbíkin, àṣèbà ọ̀sán ìbíkin. Àṣèbà ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pákẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ. Ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin arógbaṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣòro mọ̀nìgà, ẹ̀yin atẹ̀dọ̀jòròró, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú, ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń bẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì jà, àṣèbà yín o, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà, ẹ̀yọ́nú yín la béèrè fún, ẹ má bá wa jà. Àpèyín léni, àpèyín fúnkú, àpèyín fárùn, àpèyín torí gbogbo ojú tó péjọ sórí live streaming yìí àti gbogbo orí tó péjọ pé kẹ́ ẹ wá yọ́nú sí wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin lẹlẹ́dùmarè gbélé ayé lé lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ ń jẹ́ ayé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ohun ayé la máa jẹ́, àní bá wọn jẹ́ pé ọ̀run. Àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà wa. A bẹ̀rẹ̀ látorí Ọbàtálá, bàbá àgbà, bàbá arúgbó. Ọbàtálá, ọba tá àṣà, ọba takuntakun lóde Ìwẹ̀rí, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Òòṣà ńlá ọ̀sẹ̀rẹ̀ màgbọ̀n. Àṣeyé ìpà òòṣà o, òòṣà èèpà, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Ògúnlákayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀, òláṣọ nílé fi mọ̀kímọ̀ bóra. Ògúnlákayé, má bínú sí wa, má fẹ̀jẹ̀ wa pa títì láró. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀tá wa ni kó mú, kó o fi wẹ̀ ká fi débi gíga láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èṣù láàlú, abẹ́ṣóńṣó lórí. Èṣù láàlú ògiri òpó. Láàróyè, wọn lẹ́lẹ́kún sunkún, láàróyè ń sùn jẹ. Ẹlẹ́kún ń ṣumí, láàróyè ń ṣù fún. Èṣù má ṣe wá o, ọmọ ẹlòmíì ni kò ṣe. Èṣù alájé, àṣèbà, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Aṣọre yèyé o, ore yèyé Ọ̀ṣun o. Ìyá mi awẹ́dẹ kó tó wẹ mọ́. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́, ò wáyọ̀rìn bí ajé, bí owó, bí ọlá, bí ọlà. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́ olóòyàn ayò ládékojú, ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi. Ìyá mi ẹ̀wùjí alágbolódò, ìwọ ni mò ń ké sí. Mo ṣe omi o, ọ̀tá o, ẹ̀rí o, àgbá o, ore yèyé Ọ̀ṣun o, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà wa tá à rántí láti dárúkọ. Ajé olókun, ajé ọlọ́sà, àṣèbà. Àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Ìyánífá, gbogbo bàbá lórìṣà, gbogbo ìyá lórìṣà, àṣèbà yín níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ wà, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jókòó tẹ́ ẹ dáyàn lóhùn, àṣèwúre fún yín lénìí pé ẹ ní fọmọ ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ ní fáyà ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ ní fara yín ṣiṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ táwọn ìyá mi ti parí tó ti yọ́nú sí, òun ló máa gbé wá síwájú wa o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe ń lù á máa dún, bá a ṣe ń ja tá à ń gun pọ̀, ewé á máa jẹ́ fún wa, egbò á máa jẹ́ fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ́dùmarè ti parí báyìí, òun ló máa gbé wá fún wa o, àṣèbà. Iyè mi, Ajíbọ́lá ẹ̀dán, Ajíbọ́lá mi ò gbódò ọ̀rà, mo ṣèbà ọ, mo ṣèbà ọ nílé, mo ṣe ogbó atọ́, mo ṣe ogbó ẹdun fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ajíbọ́lá nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. Ẹ̀yin olúwo, mo ṣe kábíyèsí olúwo àsápè ọlà. Ẹ̀yin alábẹ́nú àsásí, mo ṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin lèkélèké gbàràdá, ẹ̀yin ìyá àbíyè lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi tẹ́ ẹ wà, mo ṣèbà. Mo ṣèbà àpènà, mo ṣèbà wọn lísà, mo ṣèbà gbogbo ọmọ awo. Mo ní kí bà mí ṣẹ o. Láti òkè dé òkè, láì dápá kan sí, òun ni mo ṣèbà. Mo ní kí bà mí ṣẹ. Ẹ̀yin kábíyèsí, ẹ̀yin lọ́balọ́ba, ẹ̀yin níjòyè níjòyè, látorí kábíyèsí Ọ̀ọ̀ni tó jókòó ní orí ìtẹ́ nílé Ifẹ̀ àṣèbà. Àwa fi ti yín, a fi ṣèbà fún gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba àti níjòyè níjòyè níbikíbi tán wà. A ní kí bà wá ṣẹ o. Ọmọdé ilé àṣèbà, àgbàlagbà ilé àṣèbà. Wọ́n léwúrẹ́ tó wọlé lọ́jọ́sí tí ò júbà, òun ló dẹrun àmúso. Ṣèbágùntàn tó wọlé lọ́jọ́sí tí ò júbà, òun ló dẹrun àmúso. Àwa ti wọlé lénìí a ti júbà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ẹni tó bá ọmọdé tó bá wọlé tó júbà, òun ló máa roko dalẹ́. Ó di dandan ká roko dalẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ìbà kì í hun ọmọ ènìyàn. Ìbà tá a dún lénìí kò ní hun wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa ṣèbà orí, a ṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá, a ṣèbà ìyá àti bàbá tó ṣọlọ́pọ̀ tó wà wá wá sáyé, a ṣèbà gbogbo abiyamọ lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé. Abiyamọ ayé, abiyamọ ọ̀run, a ṣèbà yín o. A ní kí bà wá ṣe. A ṣe yé ìpa ẹgbẹ́, a ṣe músòmúsò ẹgbẹ́, a ṣe àkíkàfẹ́gbẹ́, ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run, a ṣèbà. A ní kí bà wá ṣe. Èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá, èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ajé, ọ̀sẹ̀ Olókun, ọ̀sẹ̀ Ọlọ́sà, ọ̀sẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣọ̀yìn, gbogbo òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lénìí, a ní kí bà wá ṣe o. Ìbà ṣe. Ọ̀sẹ̀ tuntun la tún mú lénìí. Ifá Olókun asọ̀rọ̀dayọ̀ wá sọ̀rọ̀ wa dayọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá àtórí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe bá wa tún tiwa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi ìyókù kí orí wọ́ sí fún wa, níbi ìyókù kí ṣẹ̀dá wọ́ sí fún wa. Ifá orí wa rèé sẹ̀, wá bá wa tún ṣe, wá bá wa tún mọ́, wá bá wa tún ṣe, wá bá wa tún kọ́. Ibi tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó sí, wá bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn, ẹ wá bá wa ṣe o. Elédùmarè ọba òkè, ẹ wá bá wa ṣe. Ifá ti gbé àwọn ará iwájú kí Ifá gbè wá. Ifá ti gbé àwọn tó lọ níwájú kí Ifá gbé àwa náà. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti gbé àwọn ará iwájú, òun làwa náà ṣe wá bá wọn ṣèṣẹ̀ṣe kí ìṣẹ̀ṣe gbè wá. Kò ní dórí tiwa kó bàjẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kí ló dé tí mo wá ṣe awo, kí ló dé tí mo wá ṣe Ifá, kò ní tẹnu wa jáde. Kí ló dé tí mi ò tí ì ṣawo láti ijọ́ yìí, òun ló máa tẹnu wa jáde o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ibi tí bàtà ti ń dùn wá lẹ́sẹ̀, tá a lè bẹ́ nìkankan sọ, àti borí sọ, àti bẹ́lẹ̀dá sọ, kórí bá wa ṣe, kẹ́lẹ́dàá bá wa ṣe, káwọn tó ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọ̀la la tún ṣọjọ́ Ajé mi. Ajé ògúngúlùsọ onísọ òbòjì. Ajé tó bá wà lóko kó o gbọ́. Ajé tó bá rodò kó sáré tètè kó o gbọ́. Mi ò pè é fún kú, mi ò pè é fárùn, nítorí gbogbo orí tó péjọ la ṣe pè pé Ajé wá dúró tì wá. Ajé wá dirun wá digba nílé wa, wá filé wa ṣelé, wá fọ̀nà wa ṣọ̀nà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ibi tá a bá wá yà sí, kí Ajé dúró tì wá, kí Ajé máa di ìlọ́po ìlọ́po lọ́dọ̀ wa. Ṣèbí wọ́n ní àbùdí ní tolókun, àbùdí ní tọlọ́sà, bá a ṣe ń bù kó máa dí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n lẹ́nì kankan ò kí ń bu òkun gbẹ, ọmọ aráyé ò ní bu owó wa gbẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àpò ṣàṣàmùrà kì í gbẹ, àpò wa ò ní gbẹ fọwọ́, àpò wa ò ní gbẹ fọlá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àtọ̀tún àtòsì tẹyẹlé fi ń kóre wá, ire owó, ire ọlá, ire ọlà, wọ́n máa kó wá fún wa. Wọ́n ní láti kékeré báyìí ní ṣẹkúṣẹkú tí ń gbégbá Ajé lọ́mọ tiẹ̀ lórí. Àwa ti gbégbá Ajé tiwa báyìí, ó di dandan kájé gbè wá, ó di dandan kájé dúró tì wá, ó di dandan kájé dirun kó digba nílé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ṣèbí wọ́n ní ẹni tó lẹ́rù òun ló lẹ́rù. Gbogbo ẹrù tó wà lọ́wọ́ Ajé ó ti di tiwa báyìí. Owó ni o, ọlá ni o, ọlà ni o. À máa lájé mọ́ tilẹ̀ ni, à máa ṣoríire mọ́ tilẹ̀ ni. Àníkún àlékún òun lajé máa jẹ́ fún wa. Àwa ní bá wọn lájé lọ́rùn, à máa ní lọ́wọ́ ni. Àní bí Ajé nínú, àní kọ́ ìdí àìmọ́ ṣe, Ajé ò ní kọ́ sí wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe wá ń ṣiṣẹ́ tá à ń lérè, àní fi wo ẹjọ́, àní fi wo àìsàn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa tá a ṣiṣẹ́ náà la jókòó tá a máa jẹ. Gbogbo ẹni tó ṣílé iṣẹ́, gbogbo ẹni tó dá òkòwò sílẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àtàjèrè àtàwàràwàrà òun lajé máa ṣe iṣẹ́ tiwa o. Wọ́n ní ọmọ ẹ̀tà ní kọ́kọ́ tà kọ́mọ ẹlòmíràn tó tà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire owó, ire ọlá báyìí, àtàjèrè báyìí òun ni tiwa máa jẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo abiyamọ tó wà lórí live streaming yìí, mo wá ṣèwúre fún yín lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin tá a ti ń ṣabiyamọ. Àwọn ọmọ tá a mọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn, Elédùà ò ní jẹ́ ká wọn ò ní tójú wa lọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. A ti mọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn, a ní mọ̀ parí wọn. Ẹrù ta lẹ́ abiyamọ èkì tú, wọn ò ní gbé wá ká wa mọ́lé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ijó nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ wa, àwa la máa jókòó síbẹ̀ tá a máa jẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn ọmọ wa tá à ń náwó lé lórí, tá à ń sáré kòókòó làálàá kòókòó jọ̀ǹjọ̀ǹ lé wọn lórí, lé wọn lórí. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi ọmọ wa, wọn ò ní fi dà wá láàmú, wọn ò ní fi ọmọ wa, wọn ò ní fi ṣe àgbàná fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá lágbàlagbà nílé, àwọn tó ti dàgbà tó ti dògbó, wọn ò ní fàìsàn ló gbà o, wọn ò ní fàgbàlagbà lé wa, wọn ò ní fi ṣàgbàná fún wa o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo bá ṣe ń fà á máa tóra wọn, gbogbo bá ṣe ń lù á máa dún fún wa ni o. Àwa ní ṣiṣẹ́ erin ká jẹjẹ ìrírí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa tá a ṣe, àwa la máa jèrè ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọba, mo ṣèwúre fún yín lénìí pé ọkọ ọba àdá ọba kò ní ṣá yín lẹ́sẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa jókòó tẹ́ ẹ máa gba ẹ̀tọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìjọ tó bá wá ń pín ẹ̀tọ́ yín kàn yín, wọn ò ní fáwọn aráalé yín pé kán máa ná nìṣó wájú fún yín. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ báyìí lẹ máa tẹ́wọ́n yín báyìí lẹ máa fi gba ẹ̀tọ́ yín. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ná ẹ̀ lò á bá yín lára mu, kò ní kan lẹ́nu yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìjọ tíṣu ọmọ bá ń jiná, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa jẹ o, kò ní gbóná jù, kò ní tutù jù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ti wá kúrò nílé, tẹ́ ẹ ti lọ sẹ́yìn odi, tẹ́ ẹ ti lọ sókè òkun, tẹ́ ẹ lọ wá nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ máa jẹ, yín tẹ́ ẹ wá lọ òun lẹ máa rí o. Ẹ ní pàdé nǹkan tó máa jẹ yín o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọn ò ní fòkú yín, wọn ò ní fi ránṣẹ́ sílé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá wà nílé àjòjì yẹn, àtọkùnrin ni àtobìnrin ni, ọmọdé ni àgbà ni o, dúdú ni funfun ni, lẹ́bọ lóògùn ni o, amọ́niṣe ni afàìmọ́niṣe ni, aṣenibánidárò ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n á máa yọ́nú sí yín nítorí wọ́n sọ pé ìjọ tó rí bá fojú kan ọ̀run báyìí, ìjọ yẹn ló ń yọ. Kí gbogbo ọmọ aráyé máa yọ́nú sí yín ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yọ́nú Ọlọ́run bàbá ilẹ̀ máa rí, ẹ̀yọ́nú ènìyàn òun la máa rí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ṣèbí wọ́n ní àfẹ́kárí ayé báyìí látẹ́gùn fẹ́, wọ́n ní àràn ká gbogbo ayé báyìí òun lòórùn rọ̀. Kó gbo èmi àti yín kó wá máa fẹ́ kárí ayé, kó máa ràn kárí ayé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn arógo síwájú ológo tó ń fi aṣọ tó fi ń bo ògo èèyàn mọ́lẹ̀, wọn ò ní rí tèmi àti yín bò mọ́lẹ̀, wọn ò ní rí táwọn ọmọ wa bò mọ́lẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè gbójú wojú òun láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní lè gbójú wo ògo yín. Á máa ràn ni. Ọjọ́ lójoojúmọ́ báyìí, ọ̀tun lọ́jọ́ ń yọ, ògo wa á máa yọ lọ́tun ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn alábíamọ, gbogbo àwọn aláboyún tó wà lórí live streaming abẹ ní kankan nu wọn nílé, ọmọ aráyé ti róyún nínú yín o, ó di dandan kán rọ́mọ lẹ́yìn yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tó bá wá sọ pé wọn ò kí ń rọ́mọ lẹ́yìn ejò, pé wọn ò ní rọ́mọ lẹ́yìn yín, àtẹ̀yìn àtọmọ ẹ̀ ní dé bá wọn nílé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹni tó bá ní ó kú bí tẹ́ ẹ máa gbé gbà pẹ̀lú oyún àtọwọ́ àtẹsẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ dì sínú, kí wọ́n jẹun láyé kọ́ lọ ṣanwọ́ lókè ọ̀run, kọ́ ní ìṣó níwájú. Ẹ̀yin ò tí ì tásìkò tẹ́ ẹ máa lọ báyìí. Bí ìyá ṣe ń fẹsẹ̀ ọ̀tún kúnlẹ̀ tó ń fi tìkejì dìde, a máa gbóhùn ìyá, a máa gbóhùn ọmọ. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò ní pọ̀jù níjọ́ náà, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò ní ṣaláìtó, omi ò ní ṣaláìtó, omi ò ní pọ̀jù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àti bàbá ọmọ àti ìyá ọmọ àtọmọ òkókó, gbogbo ohùn la máa gbọ́ lágbọ́ pé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ wá ń wojú Elédùmarè fún orí ọmọ, Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ olóòyàn ayọ̀ aṣọmọre, ọmọ alálùbáríkà, ọmọ tó fi ń tọrọ ọmọ ló máa ṣe fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Òrìṣà ìbejì á ṣe àwọn ìbejì làǹtìlanti, wọn á ṣe fún yín. Owó, ọlá, ajé àtọlà tá a wá nílò láti fi rán àwọn ọmọ yìí débi tí èèyàn ń sin ọmọdé, wọn á fi ṣèrọrùn fún wa ní o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. A ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún ọmọ ò ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún wa. Àìsàn kéré, ó tóbi ni o, ó gbóògùn ni kò gbóògùn ni, ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi kankan nú ẹ̀, wọn ò ní fi bẹ̀ wá wò. Wọ́n ní lókun báyìí òun ni ara ọ̀tá máa ń le, ara wa máa le ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. A ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn, a ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn. Àtẹ̀yí tó dàgbà àtẹ̀yí tó kéré, a ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìlera pípẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè ti fi jíǹkí gbogbo wa, òun náà la máa lò lọ. Tó bá wá ní nǹkan kan tó ń dun oníkálùkù wa nínú tá a lè borí sọ, ẹ bá Ifá sọ, ẹ bá orí sọ, ẹ b'Elédùmarè sọ. Àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn wọn á bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. A tún ti wá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò míì tá a pè ní àṣẹ for today. Elédùmarè ọba ọlọ́jọ́ ìní, odù ọ̀rọ̀ yín òun la fẹ́ máa kọ́ níbẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́. Bá a ṣe ń darapọ̀ tá à ń ṣí odù, kí a máa gbóhùn Elédùmarè torí wọ́n ní ẹnu Olódùmarè báyìí òun ni Ifá wà, òun ló ń sọ jáde fún wa. Bá a dẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́, à á máa mú lò. Àwọn tó wá ń rí wa lè sọ pé látijọ́ tẹ́ni yìí ti ń ṣe Ifá tó ti ń tẹ̀ láwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe, òun láyé wọn ló ti yí padà. Òun ni Ifá máa fi tiwa ṣe, òun l'Elédùmarè á fi tiwa ṣe o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dé o. Gbogbo òwúre tí mo ṣe fún yín lénìí á mọ yín lórí o. Orí yín á gbà o, ẹlẹ́dàá yín á gbà o, orí yín ò ní takò o. Bí mo ṣe ṣèwúre fún yín, òun ni mo ṣe fúnra mi náà. Mo ní kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n lábàálá lágẹmọ ń dá, àwa ti dábàá tiwa lénìí. Elédùmarè ọba òkè òun ló ń fàṣẹ sí. Wọ́n ní àwíṣẹ ní ti Ifá, àfọ̀ṣẹ òun ní t'Ọ̀rúnmìlà. A tún ti wí lénìí, kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ wa lára o. Wọ́n ní tó wáyé pé kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ fi wẹ̀yìn níjọ́ tí wọ́n bí yín, kí ìwúre yìí kó kàn yín lára. Ṣèbí wọ́n ní tí afẹ́fẹ́ bá fẹ́ ó máa kangi oko lára ni. Níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà, nílé, lóko, lẹ́yìn odi, lókè òkun, kí ìwúre yìí kó máa kàn yín lára, kó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ká pẹ̀lú àwọn tó máa padà wá sọ pé Ifá ti bá wa ṣe, Elédùmarè ti bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn wọ́n ti bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tá a wí lénìí, àṣẹ ti gùn, arọ̀ ti rọ̀ mọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o, adúpẹ́ o, oníyan ṣe, ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wa jẹ́ náà ẹ kú àìbínú. Thank you very much for joining us. For all the wúres we did, just continue to say àṣẹ. Whether you understand Yoruba or not, Elédùmarè ti gbọ́, ó dẹ̀ ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún gbogbo wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Títí ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ tá a tún máa mú ètò wa, ètò yín ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Sunday, ọjọ́ ìsinmi, ọjọ́ àìkú ní déédéé aago méjìlá ní àkókò tiwa níbí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà lókè òkun, ẹ lọ sórí Google kẹ́ lọ wo aago mélòó láago méjìlá Nàìjíríà máa jẹ́. Títí ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀, ẹ̀yin la máa rí, àwa náà lẹ máa bá wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ lómi ìṣe wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Until next week when I will come your way again on another Sunday morning live streaming. It's always 12 o'clock Nigerian time. That is 7 a.m. on the EST, and I think it's that same time in UK. But just check your local time as against Nigerian 12 noon time. Yes. So I will see you again. This is the TikTok channel of Ifá Kole. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the gift. And that is the WhatsApp number that is pinned on the page right now. Send a message for anything that has to do with African spirituality, with Ifá and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. And I'll be expecting you to hurry to YouTube and subscribe, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV. Please type that, Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV, and turn on notification. All of the previous live streamings that you have missed, get your pack of popcorn and get a drink and sit down and enjoy it. Trust me, there's a lot to learn. Even me, I go back to listen to my previous videos. And then for Àṣẹ for today, yes, it's going to be on every week. Àṣẹ for today is going to be on every week. That's the YouTube channel. It's going to be on every day, every morning, 6 a.m. Nigerian time. Officially, we are starting 1st of August, but between now and then, we'll be going, checking and testing our microphone, and we'll be there. Thank you so much for joining, and we have to go now. If you are just joining or you missed, this video will be up on our YouTube channel. So go to Ìyánífá Ẹwà TV, subscribe, turn on notifications. So as soon as the replay is dropped, you will be the first to know, and you will see it, and you will watch it. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o. Ire báyìí, òun la máa bára wa ṣe o. Àṣẹ.